Well, it just doesn't get any bigger than this here in 2021.
All right, guys, here we are.
It's a measuring stick for both teams. Dallas trying to prove they're legit and for real this year. And Kansas City trying to build on that big game.
What we've been waiting for all year, what the league has been waiting for. I realize that they might not be. I realize they might not be the same team a lot of people thought they were going to be going in, but they, according to them, they got their swagger back, and it's still the Chiefs. It's still Patrick Mahomes. They still got Kelsey and Andy Reid, and
there's some late injury concern for the Kansas City Chiefs, Tom Rinaldi.
And Joe, that news involves safety Tyrann Mathieu. After practicing in full all week long, he was listed as questionable on the injury report just today. He was the first player we saw show up at Arrowhead more than 4 hours before kickoff, telling team officials that he woke up with swelling in his knee overnight. He went through all pregame warm-ups, getting through that, talking to Steve Spagnuolo, defensive coordinator, pregame just a short while ago. He said he will be a go. As for how much he does, I'm going to leave that up to Tyrann. He is the most versatile defender on this Chiefs team, and against a potent Dallas offense, guys, 32 will be someone to watch to see how this plays out.
All right, Tom, thank you. And talk about.
according to an insider at the game, the crowd is 35% pro Cowboys.
But about as good as you're going to get. Field conditions ideal, a fast track, and 2 teams that can light it up. Cowboys won the toss and should have formed here recently for Mike McCarthy. He says he wants the ball.
I don't know if you can say true to form. We did it once, but I definitely liked it.
Baker kicks it away. Pollard on the return from just outside the 5. Zigzagging his way to the 25.
All right, Dak's going to get his first look at this Swiss cheese
And
defense.
before the Cowboys take over,
I know they've been better in recent weeks, but you got
let's
to
say
look at who
hello
they're
to
playing.
Aaron Andrews.
Hi, Joe. Well, the Dallas offense prepped all week like they would have wide receiver Amari Cooper, but then news on Friday he would be out after testing positive for COVID-19. I spoke with CeeDee Lamb, who said it's next man up mentality in our wide receiver room. If it falls on me, I'm ready for it. He said this all just lines up perfectly. Biggest game in my NFL career, and I couldn't be more excited, Joe.
I think he speaks for all of us. Little shoulder fake and wide open. Overthrown is Gallup.
He had him wide open and he missed him.
Could have hit a big one right out of the gate. But Prescott and Gallup can't
That was like a
connect.
throw from the Denver game there. It was like a repeat of that.
He falls down there on the turf, and it's wide open up that sideline, trying to fit it in there before Juan Thorne has got it where he sits at the top of the heap. And the passer rating. 7-2. The Cowboys record 3rd and 3. The Chiefs are all up in there and start this first 3rd down. On Thornhill's the deepest defender they have on the field. Now Andrews shifts back. Prescott fires into a drop by Brown.
Well, we got our first 4th down, and the punt team's going to come out.
But the pass looked to be in the spot. It's 4th down. Yeah, Noah Brown doesn't run too bad of a route there. He's got a chance.
Yeah, that pass was good.
Take a closer look at it. Yeah, right. Just right through his hands.
Just bounce off his arm.
So already Kansas City challenging these receivers.
That's not good. You don't want to give that offense extra chances. Dallas is the number 1 offense coming in overall. Chiefs are number 10.
And here comes Patrick Mahomes.
And as if this game wasn't already big, it just got even bigger, y'all. Minnesota, just a few minutes ago, just Green Bay now has 3 losses. And Arizona now currently sitting atop the NFC. It's us in Arizona currently sitting atop the NFC and the league. Because the best teams in the league are in the NFC with only 2 losses. So if we win and Seattle finds a way to beat Arizona, then if the playoffs were to start next week, we'd be the #1 seed currently. And we play Arizona later in the year, so we control our destiny there anyway. We don't play Green Bay, so Kirk Cousins actually came in useful today for a change.
This offensive line to open up this game, just getting a good push. Backpedals right.
This is going to be today.
They've been taking the ball away.
I'm going to call before the game over under 82 and a half. I think 82 and a half. And there was 3 votes at the time the game started, but I started the poll like 30 minutes before kickoff. So it doesn't sound like a lot. One person voted over, the other 2 voted under. So we'll see what happens.
Well, Dallas is playing a shell coverage. So in that win that Kansas City had the other night against the Raiders played a lot of single high. See the safeties here. And they've been, to start this opening possession, that's pretty much what they have been doing. Going to try to take the big play away. Chiefs go 2 tight ends left. And Belly starts this way, then he comes back and he helps lead the way. And then you've got the reverse with blockers out in front. That's really well set up and just
down the field.
Showing a lot of patience. Patrick Mahomes is mixing in the run. Andy Reid's got Dallas reeling a little bit right now. At the top. Second and 2. Quick throw over the middle and off the hands of Hardman.
It's probably no for that.
Really get you because you're so conscious defensively to not give up the big plays, not give up the seam routes. They really threaten you down the field, even though they're down here, into the red zone. And McCole Hardman, if he's able to make that catch on the ground, there was quite a bit of space in front of him. That 3rd and 2.
Let's go defense.
They make it the first down by penalty. Really good work by Patrick Mahomes being able to use the cadence to his advantage here at home.
Come on, guys, you can't do that. This offense is hard enough to stop. You can't give them 3 yards.
Justin Hamilton. Most penalized team in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys, hand Kansas City a first down at the Dallas 15. Mahomes takes off. Sets up first and goal. The right side of this offensive line, Smith and Andrew Wiley right here. The push that they're able to get.
29. They're on top of the AFC East. They
is second career rushing touchdown for Travis Kelce. As the Chiefs trying to pick up what they left off in Las Vegas. They strike first here at home against Dallas.
Innovation usually looks something like this. But what if it didn't? What if it looked like a family truck that powers a family home? What if it looked like an ordinary drive made extraordinary? What if it looked like a 118-year-old company that puts in the work? so that everything just works.
Want to go?
What if we changed what innovation looks like? From floating around in your own personal space capsule up here to what we can build for all Americans down here.
I'd like to get up to 30% off my auto insurance with Safe Pilot.
The military community in their families. It's special.
Oh, that's special.
USA, only for the military community.
There's games, there's e-game. Everything before this one was a warm-up. This is the only win that matters. It's time to start Saturday strong. Today's game is sponsored by Ford, built for America.
On the list of the top trophies out there, the Preston Road Trophy is somewhere behind the Lombardi and ahead of the Galpin Golf. They're going to say the Preston Road Trophy is not one of them. Jerry Jones and Lamar Hunt both lived on Preston Road in Dallas, and so they developed that trophy kind of as a joke between the two of them. It currently resides with the Cowboys. They defeated the Chiefs 28-17. Cowboys 5-3 against Kansas City since '89. Little mid-season report for the Dallas Cowboys. They lost that crusher week 1 by 2 in champions, but then they won their next 6 games and averaging.
Can't let this team pull away from you.
That's how the Cowboys led the NFL in scoring 1980. And they're going to need to score here today. You get that feel. As the Chiefs just witnessed Harrison Butker miss his first extra point of the season. They marched right down the field. The Chiefs
See what you got, number 4. I'm bringing everybody on the box. And it wasn't a good idea.
From down the road in Mizzou, and they really hit on this linebacker. He is a good one. He really is. And then these linebackers, they do play downhill. He's got pressure up the other side as well. And there was just one push to speak up by the offensive line outside. Nowhere for Ezekiel Elliott to run. Tyron Smith missing his 3rd straight game. Here's a high throw and dunked his Gallup.
Wow.
By L'Jarius Sneed. And on this possession, the Cowboys are going back for a loss of 4.
I don't know if we're really designed to come from behind. We hadn't really had to do it this year.
And he just doesn't get much out here.
Tampa's really the only time, but we weren't really coming from behind. We were trailing the whole game. We were always in range.
Prescott rolls out. Chiefs have it. Chris Jones on the return.
Darren Steele brought him down. Wow.
As Frank Clark forced the fumble, and Chris Jones was there for the Chiefs. Well, you see 55, Frank Clark, he rushes, just nobody picks him up. Like Terrence Steele's out there, he doesn't come out of his stance.
Not a good start, boys.
Doesn't see the ball. You see they're running right
It's all right. There's a lot of football left.
Prescott really doesn't
But
feel it.
that offense over there is not one that you want to fall behind to. What's up, Bones? According to what I saw on Facebook, according to somebody who's at the game, the crowd is 35% pro Cowboys. I don't know if it sounds that way, but that's what I read.
His career high with 144 scrimmage yards in Las Vegas. He'll now take a backseat to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's back.
2nd and 7.
Williams did a nice job filling in for him. A little different runner. Certainly than what Edwards-Helaire is. But I like the balance that Andy Reid and his offense is showing so far. This is a big drive right here for this Dallas defense and not letting Kansas City into the end zone.
There's Michael. Oh. I really thought they were going to flag Wolf Hunter there. That's that classic face guard. He just ran through him, never turned around, looked at the ball.
You hear the crowd, they're wanting to pass interference there on Lake Matarez, and at the end of this play, the hand comes.
On Mike, and we got away with a couple things there.
See, there's the contact, an underthrown ball. Lake Matarez never knew the ball had been thrown. I know the crowd wanted to see the penalty, but I like that there was not a penalty on run to the passer. They're down 7 now. Mahomes slings it. It's dropped by Gordon. Josh Gordon now targeted 5 times, has just 1 catch as the Chiefs are giving.
I don't know if you call that a defensive stand. We got away with a couple plays, and Gordon just dropped it, but it results in him settling for 3. So I'll take it. This offense has got to get going, though. We do not look good at all right now. 7 minutes and 5 seconds since this game, and I'm already uneasy.
Lexi, play our favorite song again.
Okay.
I stand up for 2 reasons: when I get nervous and when I get excited. It's a little bit of both right now. I'm nervous, but I'm trying to be excited for the offense. Maybe we can flip that switch. We have had a couple of games earlier this year where we started off kind of slow and then we flipped that switch and we got it in gear. But this is not the team. Out of all the teams in the league, this is probably the last one that you want to do that against. KC has an offense. I wouldn't say right up there with ours, but pretty damn good. They're coming into this game number 10 overall. We're number 1 overall stat-wise.
But we've just lowered our auto rate.
And that's including that terrible game. And we only scored 20 against the Chargers. So if you take out those 2 games, I know you can't do that, but if you were to do that, we averaged like over 40 points a game minus those 2. So I think they came out nervous. I think they came out thinking of that KC offense the way everybody does. They're high power, they're explosive, they can score mad points, and we're gonna have to keep up with them. And I think it got into their head a little bit. That's the reason why I don't always like taking the ball first. It's great if you succeed, win the toss, receive the kick, go down, score a touchdown, set the tone of the game, especially on the road, let the home team know you're here. But if you don't, then me personally, except for very rare situations, I like getting the ball out of third quarter. Number 1, you might need that first possession of the third quarter to get back in the game, or you might need it to make some separation. You could try to get a 2-for-1. Well, Madden move. Go down and score right before half, and then get a third quarter kickoff and go down and score again. That's why I like deferring. But there are certain situations like last week, going up against the Falcons after the Denver game, I think we need to take the ball first and show everybody and show ourselves that that Denver game was not who we are. So we needed to go right down and score right when the game started. Go, Dak. Get your guys. That's Zeke. KC defense playing hard for Zeke right now. They're run stopping all the way. We can use that.
It's been good here during this 3-game win streak, and that was against the Giants, against Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers, and against a Vegas team that's going through all kinds of things.
Yeah, that KC defense wants to make a statement too. They've heard all week leading up. Yeah, your defense looks better, but who have you played? This is the best offense that you're going to have played during that period of time when your defense supposedly got better. So they're out to prove themselves. This is a statement game for both sides, all the way around, all sides of the ball on both teams. First down, so that's good. Nice change of pace there. At least it's not 3 and out. Play action. Nope. Overshot.
And if Tyrann Mathieu came to the stadium with a bad knee, it didn't show there. He was stride for stride.
We don't have Amari, but I'm trying to, all those games we didn't have Mike Gallup. Cedric Wilson really stepped in and filled that role. So I believe that this offense wouldn't hopefully miss a beat, but we're missing a few beats right now. No, Tyrann makes a difference, I'm sure.
On 2nd and 10, gets 6 as he bangs into Nick.
So we got Terrence Steele at left tackle. We got and Lyle Collins back in his spot on the right. Come on, Dak. We cannot give this ball back again. This game is going to get out of hand. I don't trust our defense against those guys, and hopefully they'll prove me wrong, but good shit. Good shit. We needed that. We could not punt the ball right back to them again.
So you can't double everybody, but you can double a couple. And they're going to double CD Lamb and play inside out on him, and he clears it out. But what that then does is it allows Gallup one-on-one, and then somebody has to win, and he does. And Prescott's able to get him the football. Really nice work of navigating that pass rush.
Slow down. Calm down. Think about what you're doing. It's a whole game of football. You don't got to get 45 points in one play. That was a good draw up by pitch it to Pollard. Or snap it to Pollard. And then he fake pitches the option to Dak. I said it weeks ago when we played the Patriots. If Bill Belichick is an evil genius, then Kellen Moore is a mad scientist. And really is. Some of the play calls that he's drawn up and some of the complete games that he's called has just been masterful. Even in that loss to Tampa, I thought he called a good game. About as good as you can play against the defending champs on the road when everybody thought she was going to lose, when Dak hadn't played in all that time and everybody thought she was going to lose by 30 points. Oh, damn.
Doesn't look good at all. See what happened here at the end.
May have snapped a toe there. His toe's bent backwards. Hopefully he's okay. Certainly can't afford to lose him, and plus beyond that personal reason, you don't want any guy hurt on your team or another team.
Another look at Ezekiel Elliott and that tackle. Watch the right ankle. But he's standing on the sideline.
Looks like just a rolled ankle, but I said that when Saquon did it early on in the Giants game, and then he never came back in the game. So we got another big third down, Dak. That don't help. This is a new offensive line. This offensive line has been shuffled in and out all year. We've had guys go on COVID. We've had guys get hurt. We've had guys get suspended. That was one thing we were excited about in training camp, was seeing this whole entire offensive line play together. And we still haven't seen it. And we're in week 10, 11? Week 11, yeah. You got to have pass interference there. That's a makeup call. That's a makeup call from when they didn't get late. Damn. You got to kick it here. I know everybody and their brother wants a touchdown, but you got to take the points. Take it back over to one-score game. And then even if they score again, then it's just a 2-score game again rather than a 3-score game.
Extra point distance for number 2. Snap was a bit wide from Brian Anger. Got it up.
Who would have thought that the Chiefs' defense would be the one to slow us down, man?
You know how some carriers give you so little for your older.
I got over under 82.5 points.
I don't think so. This Black Friday, get the amazing iPhone 13 Pro.
Right before the game started, I put forward. It's not looking like that right now.
You mistletoe it? Champagne flowing. Angels.
Kirk Cousins finally did something useful with his life and beat the Packers today. So if we can find a way to win this game, we'll be in really good shape. Arizona lose too, but we get them later on down the line, so we don't technically beat Hill as long as we beat them and we handle our business in the other games. We don't play the Packers, so that's big.
Like an F-150 and powers like an F-150. It must be an F-150 hybrid.
Kirk Cousins is about as useful as a raincoat in the cave, but he came through big for Dallas today.
And 12,700 pounds of max available towing. At Progressive, we love your pets as much as you do. Like this guy in a hat. That's why Progressive Car Insurance covers
I just don't know.
if they're ever in a car accident with you. This mini majorite's gonna march your way right.
I'm sorry. Can we stop? I know that we're selling car insurance here, but you know, all the cute little animals. It's
Hey, Eastside Harold, what's up, man? My favorite troll. Where you been?
So we doing this or what?
Nah, it's over.
Someone's got to break the news to me.
I thought you got stuck in your home, man. I thought that some rubble collapsed and buried you in or something. I mean, we've been winning and I ain't been seeing you.
Remember the trick. The one that lets you skip the line and get your finger licking chicken, finger licking bread.
Now we're down in the game and you poke your head out. It's good to see you anyway.
Have you tried it yet? Bud Light Seltzer Retro Tonic, the loudest flavors ever.
First family country music.
If you didn't notice, are on top of the AFC East now.
And by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL.
We shellacked the Falcons, but I mean, I know it's the Falcons, but they came into our game winning 4 out of their last 6 games, and at the time when our game started, they were a playoff team. Yeah, every team that we beat was a fluke team. If we beat Kansas City today, then they'll be a fluke team too. I already know the agenda. If we lose, it's gonna be all. See what happens when we finally play a real team, and then if we win, despite the shit that you're talking right now, if we win, it's gonna be all. Kansas City wasn't real no way. Make whatever jokes you want. Atlanta was a playoff team at the time when we beat them, and we put 40 on them. Bill Belichick only put 25. So I'm not the one trying to make the case. You are.
He's trying to win a game, trying to get to 8-2. And I think trying to weather this early storm here on the road, which
Yeah, you're acting like I'm trying to argue that Atlanta is a good team, and I'm absolutely not doing that. But let's not pretend that they're the Jets or the Jags or the Lions, okay? They're a mediocre to average team. They came into our game having won 4 out of their last 6 games, and at the time when our game was played, they were a playoff team. If the playoffs had started that day, Atlanta would have been in the playoffs. So let's not act like they're the fucking Jets, all right? That's all I'm saying is to be real about it. You can hate and you can troll and you can make your comments, but be real about it. Let's not act like I've said something that I never said. I never said or insinuated that Atlanta was a good team. What I said was they're not the Jets, which is how everybody's acting. And that's why you live.
Missed a tackle along the way, and here comes John Hussey with the call.
We'll see if you come back when the game is over. If the Cowboys take an L, I'll see you again. If the Cowboys win this game, I'll see you next month, I guess.
Penalty right there. That was an old-fashioned takedown by Trey Smith, the rookie. Keanu Neal on the receiving end of that. But now it's 1st and 8 after that penalty was marked off. Take the handoff. Mahomes sliding and finds Hill. And now he's one-on-one. Diggs shoves him out. Check in with Carissa Thompson for the game break.
Thank you, Joe. Cardinals Seahawks. Colt McCoy making his 3rd start for the injured Kyler Murray. Flips that one to Zach Ertz for the 1-yard score. Cardinals set first, 7-0. Joe?
The former Eagles, Zach Ertz, and the Eagles with another nice win today. They're 5-6 as they took part in the world.
Defense, let's go. Had enough of that troll anyway. There you go. Good tackle.
Well, we all know that Andy Reid, he likes to throw the football, and the Chiefs do it awfully well when they're rolling, but he is showing a lot of balance here in this first half. He's committing enough to the running game that he's keeping Dallas guessing just a little bit, but too many of these games come down to who wins on 3rd down.
You can't leave Tyreek Hill on an island like that, man. Come on.
8-yard completion on 3rd down. They're anticipating man coverage. Anthony Brown is playing.
Tyreek Hill standing out there all alone like he on vacation or something.
He's able to push his man.
Put some bodies on that dude.
He's not able to drive on it, and a pretty easy 3rd down conversion for Kansas City.
Dan Quinn's got his hands full today, but we all already knew that coming in. We all knew this was going to be a test. I don't care what anybody says about the Chiefs' offense and Pat Mahomes been turning the ball over, and he's still the Chiefs. So we're just not going to play secondary today. That's what we're going to do. We just going to not cover the receivers at all. 2 plays in a row with receiver, Tyreek Hill, and then Pringle standing there all by himself.
His 23rd catch of the season. And a nice way for the Chiefs to end quarter number 1. 9-3 game back after this from your local Fox station.
Fuck, man. You can argue overconfidence about Denver, and that's exactly what the player said, but you can't say overconfidence about this game when you're playing the fucking Chiefs. Especially after what they just did to the Raiders.
Free order pickup
I don't understand.
or free drive up and leave with your holidays in the bag. Order today, get it today.
Unless the Chiefs magically got a fucking defense, which maybe they did, but I think just from the eye test, and I hate to say it, but it's been more good Chiefs defense than bad Cowboys offense. And the reason why that's bad is because if it's bad Cowboys offense, then we can just fix it. We can, talk it out on the sideline and just stop doing dumb things and start playing better. If it's good Chiefs defense, which is what it looks like, you got to figure out a way to actually beat them.
Remember the wonderful aroma and flavor of family meals cooked on a backyard grill with slow marinated meat grilled to perfection over a mesquite wood fire? That's the kind of meal we make every day at Rose's Cafe. From warm flour tortillas made right before your eyes to
Tell you what, man.
zesty salsas. No matter what you love, Rose's makes every
You go from the mountaintop to the valley, short, quick, and in a hurry. Was at Dickies Arena last night with Evanescence and Hailstorm and a new band I'd never heard of, Plush. They did really well. They opened the show. The house was rocking. Everybody was on their feet. We had a hell of a time.
And an available Pro Power onboard generator. You're not just ready, you're holiday ready. Get a new F-150 with 0 for 66 and 500 bonus cash, plus earn complimentary maintenance through 4 Pass Rewards. Only at your Texas Ford dealer.
Thanksgiving Day, just in 18 Bears. Take on Jared Goff and Mccarthy. Touchdown. Thanksgiving Day at 10:30 a.m.
We need another stop defense.
As we get ready to start the second quarter, this Dallas defense a couple of weeks ago got shredded by the Denver Broncos. They came back with a good effort against Atlanta, but Kansas City through one quarter.
Against Atlanta and against Minnesota, if you combined those games, Dallas defense was 2 out of 24 on third down conversions. That's really good.
Just out of reach of Donovan Wilson. Look back to that previous play, the big play to Pringle. They motion Tyreek Hill, and you're going to see Jordan Lewis and then Trayvon Diggs, and they both go to the flat. There with Tyreek Hill, and it opens up all that field, and J-Ron Curse is trying to then cover that, and it's just not possible. Just a long coverage, and it looked to me like Diggs probably the one who was expected to help get underneath that throw and give Curse a little help.
Busted coverages you can fix. Busted coverages you can fix. It's not like they're dialing up fancy route trees to force guys open. We just got guys straight up in the wrong spot. Good call.
Looked like he was just short, Joe. And when you talk about Denver and the way that they were able to get after Dallas, part of that was self-inflicted by Dallas not tackling very well. They haven't been tackling very well here in this first half yet either. Mahomes takes his pick. Touchdown. Edwards-Helaire. Welcome back. And a flag in the end zone at the end of the play, and we may have another taunting call.
I'm getting Denver vibes, y'all. I'm getting Denver vibes, and I fucking hate it. This might be one of those games. It's too early to call it, but we got to get it together fast.
Number 25 for taunting. That penalty is a first in that category for number 25. If he has another foul, he will be disqualified. Dallas is elected to enforce that penalty on the try.
So that's going to push the try back. 3 possessions, 3 scores for Kansas City, but pointing and Luke Gifford. And in this year, where that's a point of emphasis, the taunting, that makes it easy on the official. It does make it easy. I'm all for the emphasis on taunting. I just think we've gone a little too far with it. This is going to march the ball back to the 30. And Now you're looking at an extra point try that is 48 yards. Could it be a record? I mean, it's a big call. You know, they've already missed.
I don't like that taunting shit, but it is funny. That's a long ass extra point.
From 48 yards away.
If we beat them by a point, you can bitch about it, but it doesn't matter. It went in any damn ways.
And this is a 16-3 game. Kansas City on top, and those guys have their work cut out for them today.
This flag isn't backwards. It's facing this way because it's moving forward. Just like the men and women who wear it on their uniforms. And the country it represents. They're all only meant to move one direction. Which is why we fly it this way.
This is one of the games that I circled on my calendar before the season ever started. Before the season ever started, I knew that this was going to be a game that was basically going to be a test of what are we really. And right now, we're not passing it. We got to go down the score here. This game's going to get out of hand fast.
Subway had so much new, it didn't fit in that last ad. Like the new Deli-style oven roasted turkey and new hickory smoked bacon. Is the Eat Fresh refresh at Subway? Is so much new? You don't even have time for this guy. But I'm hungry. Oh, and there's smashed avocado too.
And then we got 3 days and turn around and play the Raiders for Thanksgiving.
Hey, USAA, it's Brock again.
And then normally you get 10 days off after a Thursday game. We only get 7 because we turn around the next Thursday and play New Orleans. And then we get our 10 days off.
Anyway, he's in. Frank, don't you love me, man?
Sure, Brian.
And don't you
I figured you'd be back.
USAA membership?
Did you serve? Are your parents members?
Nope.
Then no. I love that for the military community.
Frank, that's not the line.
I'll make a bet with you, Eastside Harold. I bet you that if Dallas wins, I'm not saying that we're going to win before you put words in my mouth, but I bet you if Dallas wins, I won't see you for a month. And I bet you if we lose, you'll be back. You'll be back again. You'll be popping your head in and out all game. But if the final score, if Dallas is on top of the final score, I bet I won't see you. Because that's how all you trolls are. You come in here and you talk shit, but you can't face the music and eat your crow when you're wrong.
Cowboys have had it 3 times. They've punted, fumbled in their second possession, and then kicked the field goal on their third. Harrison Butker just hit the 48-yard extra point. Sees the wind knock the football off the tee. Troy, why don't you run down there and hold that for me? On your birthday. That's my present to you. Well, you're kind. You're the best gift I've gotten from you. Well, that's not true. Butker's going to trust that ball, I would still be a little nervous.
All this shit about y'all ain't played nobody, but almost every one of those games before we played them, y'all said we was going to lose. And then when we win, it's, oh, well, they wasn't a real team. Get a new stick, man. This one's old.
His hand on the foot of Pollard. Let's send it down to Tom Rinaldi.
Well, Joe, we've heard all season that taunting has been a point of emphasis. In this case, the literal point there from Edwards-Helaire. But if you think it's a point of chastising or consternation, you can see the exact opposite. In fact, Edwards-Helaire being celebrated there on the bench. I don't think the point really is carrying a lot of weight here in Kansas City right now.
No, not the way they're playing with Eric Bieniemy in the middle of that. There's a pass by tight end Sean McEwen. And a gain of 3. We saw Ezekiel Elliott Aaron limp off. Last time the Cowboys had it. Any news on him?
We see him over there on the sideline. This was earlier. Gosh.
He looks fine. He's just standing there casually without his helmet on.
It did look like he twisted his ankle. He pushed all trainers away. I'm standing by the heater where Zeke was just a couple minutes ago. He gave me a big smile and a thumbs up, so he says he's good to go.
Second down and 7.
He's good to go. Get his ass out there because we need him.
Tackles made by Melvin Ingram. Picked up from the Steelers. His third game with Kansas City, no game. Well, this defense, you talked about it, Joe. If you just look at their numbers overall for the season, you'd say they're not very good against the run, but that's missing the point. Over the last
Can't go 3 and out here.
this defense has been
Absolutely can't go 3 and out here.
against the run. Now, granted, this is the biggest test that they've had of those games, but the early showing so far.
I can't even hardly hear the commentator. This is how loud that crowd is.
They've got Apple Dallas, and Dallas is not.
Empty set. You got Pollard, Noah Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup.
They're down 7. Quick throw. Gallup breaks one tackle and has a first down.
That was all Gallup there.
By Michael Gallup in his second game back.
They ain't giving a shit down the field right now. You got to find a way to get guys open down the field. This little screen stuff, it's nice, but it ain't going to work all game, Kellen Moore. You're going to have to find ways to get guys open down the field. And when you do find ways to get guys open down the field, that's going to have to hit them. Not overshoot them like you did to Gallup in the first quarter and then to Dalton Schultz.
The officials threw a flag. Here's a call. From in the huddle. Offense.
Jesus Christ.
Flag or penalty. Prescott was pleading his case. The second the flags came out, but
So that was on the preceding play, right? So
so far it's just
that does okay. That so it doesn't negate the first down.
It's just these little mistakes.
That's the primary thing.
These kinds of games.
You don't want stupid penalties like that anytime, but I thought they were saying it happened on that.
When you're playing defense that's playing with as much confidence as this group is right now. Here's carry by Pollard breaking one tackle and then forcing.
You don't have Zeke in there to take the load off Pollard. This is your preview for all the Zeke haters out there. They said we don't need Zeke. Let's trade him while we can get something for him. We'll just run Pollard. This is what happens when Zeke isn't a factor. They work together. They complement each other. That was.
Schultz. And Schultz has got another Dallas first down. Willie Gay had visions of a pick 6. Instead, it's 11 yards for Dallas. Steve Spagnuolo is doing a lot of different looks. He's going to rotate to 2. They're trying to get the safety net out of there as well. And so it's a 2 look ultimately is what they're getting to, but they're showing a lot of these things late at the snap. And it forces the quarterback then to really hang with it and make sure that
First and 15 negated. Let's see what we can do.
Spags is changing that up. So Dak has to adjust on the fly as well. Great protection.
Hold in the pocket. Good.
And this one is dropped.
Gallup dropped it.
Got it knocked away by Snead.
I don't think he got knocked away. I think he dropped it because he got the dick. That's one thing I never understood. I mean, I understand human reaction. You hear the footsteps.
He has to extend himself, but he comes in and just knocks it loose. Trying to get a double move on CeeDee Lamb on the outside. They get bit in the ball.
Maybe it was a combination, but I still think that the hit affected it. And to me, I know it's human nature, but you got to train yourself as a football player. You're going to get hit either way, whether you catch it or not. So you might as well catch it, because if you don't catch it, then you got popped for nothing. At least if you catch it, you got popped for a reason. It's a simple way of looking at it. It's easy for me to say, sitting here in my chair instead of out there with pads on, getting decked. But we're averaging over 9 yards to go on third down. That's not good, and specifically because we're losing first and second down.
Dalton Schultz really goes and gets the ball with his hands, and that for 16, but a flag is down the backfield.
Jesus. This offensive line is having a lot of trouble with this Kansas City defensive front. And that is not something 2-3 weeks ago that I would have thought would have happened. This corner that this Kansas City defense has turned is just astronomical.
And then there's the goal. I would think right now, we'll see what Spagnuolo likes to do. Showing coverage once again. You see the safeties. I thought he might come after Prescott, forced the ball out, but now they're going 3 across with the corners then on the outside.
Another hold. Cedric Wilson dropped it anyways.
He picks up the first down. Now there's a flag, but if he catches that, he probably picks it up.
Unless it's a hold on the defense. That flag came out in the backfield.
Against Kansas City.
Illegal use of hands, hands to the face. Defense number 38. Automatic first down, 5-yard penalty.
Well, that's on L'Jarius Sneed. You see the hands to the face. That's a good call, and he is the most. I talked about how
We got lucky. That didn't affect the play at all. Cedric Wilson still came wide open any damn way.
You risk getting a lot of penalties, and he has. He has the most penalties on this Kansas City's defense. Troy, you talked about
Somebody needs to be doing some yelling in the locker room at halftime. I don't give a fuck who. That J-Ron Curse, Mike McCarthy, you want to get in on the screaming action? Somebody needs to raise their voice because this can't happen in the second half. They said Zeke is fine, but I haven't seen him since it happened. And here he comes now.
Elliott's back on the field, and see how effective he could be with that ankle.
We're about to find out just how fine he is.
A 3 games in 12 days.
I like that hoodie Kellen got on. That's fun. I have to go to Cowboys shop and give me one of those. Next, killing the play. Come on, Noah Brown. I don't know why none of our receivers can catch today. Everybody's dropping balls. Michael Gallup is dropping balls. Noah Brown is dropping balls. C.D. Lamb is dropping balls. Fucking Cedric Wilson just dropped one earlier on that third down that we got lucky. And we ended up with a first down off penalty. We can't give this ball back without getting points. Oh! Well, now we're glad to give the ball back because it could have been worse. It could have been a pick. Jesus, why can't we move the ball? I don't understand what's going on right now. And what are the odds that both of the defenses that we would have trouble against are from the same division?
There's not really much of a shot.
I hope that's not a foreshadowing for Thursday. And even going back against the Chargers, we only put up 20 on them. We have trouble with that defense too. Chiefs get the ball in the third quarter, so our defense needs to tighten up. This could get ugly in a hurry.
Step right up in the home, one of the unexplained mysteries of the universe. Is he man or beast? You're in luck, because tonight you will see him feed. Come on in, let's find out. Is he man or beast? Radar, only theaters December 17th.
There's a lot that could be said about the new RDX. Could be.
Toss, buffalo,
sauce, hot honey, flipped, boneless, dipped, Arby's, razzled, buffalo, dazzled, hot honey, $5 boneless wings and crinkle fries deal. Arby's, we have the meat.
Commitments aren't made with words, they're made by actions. Behind the scenes and under the radar. They're made before sunrise, after your second wind, every single day. At GEHA, we're committed to providing health and dental benefits to the most committed people we know, federal employees.
Like you.
GEHA.
This Black Friday, get the amazing iPhone 13 Pro on us. When you trade in your old or damaged phone, you break it, we upgrade it, whether you're a current customer or a new one. And get up to $800 when you switch, because everyone deserves better.
This app is about to change the way you think about money.
It's just the best one. It never gets old. He came with the organization from Dallas. They moved here in '63.
All right, defense.
Super Bowl for the Chiefs. There's one sidearm for Travis Kelce, and it's not there. One of the things
I think it's funny that every time you got two high-powered offenses going head-to-head, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's going to be a shootout. The over/under is going to be 100, and it's going to be a 50-47 final score." There's always a defensive struggle when it's like 16-12 or something.
Coming up with a big stop here would be huge. To flip the field position, get the ball back to the offense with a chance to come away with some points. But they desperately need to make a stop and make it quick. Mahomes fires, pass caught, Hill makes the move. Tyreek Hill doing what Tyreek Hill does. Just seems at times, Troy, impossible to cover.
Maybe I should go take a nap, and then I can play defense for the Cowboys too.
You got Anthony Brown who comes up, and you just don't run through the receiver because you're just minutes. You break down because of his quickness, and then he is so quick and has so much that you don't make the play anyway. It is really difficult to play against a guy like Tyreek Hill, even before Edwards and Laird tries the right side. And he's able to get to the 36 for 5. Dan Quinn better figure something out fast, as you said, because every time Kansas City's offense has been out there, they put up points. Well, on the defense for Dallas, they've been able to hang their hat on getting off the field on third down, and then the takeaways. The takeaways have been an issue for Kansas City a good one this year, but not over the last 2 to 3 games. He cleaned a lot of that up. Hand out to Edwards and Laird. Clyde gets to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up one as Leighton Vander Esch comes in to make the stop. So now they get him now to third.
Dan Quinn's got to figure something out. Kellen Moore's got to figure something out too. We got 3 points.
And they're rotating these defensive linemen out. They're doing a lot of that. Hopefully they get into the fourth quarter with this still being a game. And if it is, then they've got some fresh pass rushers that can play at top speed. But these third downs become huge. Kansas City 1 for 2.
Basham tried the spin move. For a split second, I thought Donovan Wilson might come up with that pick, but knock it away just as good. I mean, not technically, a pick is better than knocking it away, but
being asked to run stride for
he
stride.
damn near snagged that.
But a great job defensively getting off the field on third down and giving their offense a chance. Townsend will punt. Parsons almost got there.
That would have been our 4th punt block of the year, y'all.
By Fountain.
We got 3 already. One of them didn't count because it went forward, backwards for the defense, past the line of scrimmage, so it didn't officially register as a punt block. But we've got our hands on 3 punts this year. Mike almost got that one. We already lead the league. No other team has more than 1. That's crazy to me. We haven't blocked a punt in years, and this year we have 3.
Geico, your claims team is here for you 24/7.
Well, got things to do. This is Chestnut. So,
Say what you want about Bones Fossils, but
This is not the girls' game.
he's revamped the special teams. They've quietly been
Jeremy Irons, Al Pacino.
improving after the way that they started the year. A lot of people wanted to take Bones back behind the shed, but they're becoming one of the better special teams units in football. Between the punt blocks and the big returns by Pollard and
Shop Black Friday deals
our own
all
punt
week
team,
at Target. Get
when
Mario
we're
Kart
punting
8
the ball.
Deluxe free with Nintendo Switch. And save on select kitchen appliances, Lego, and more. With new deals starting Thursday at Target.
All right, there's literally nothing to do but play games.
I don't mind commercials when we're winning, but when we're losing, especially like right now, we're basically getting dominated. Just fucking
present the facts. Thousands of people and
eating away at my patience.
paying too much for wireless and still paying
It's just that much longer I gotta wait to see us put the ball in the damn end zone.
off your phone so you can keep your current number and your phone.
Objection. What if you bought your phone at AT&T or Verizon?
T-Mobile.
I wonder how much it would cost
Switch to T-Mobile.
if a team said, you know what, we want to run our game commercial free today
I do.
and pay off all the advertisers that had slots to advertise during the game and just buy out the entire 3.5 hour block. They've done it with wrestling before. I don't think it's ever been done with football. That'd be pretty neat to see.
Cowboys lead the NFL in points and yards per game this season. Last time that happened for Dallas, 1971, led by Roger Staubach, Bob Hayes, Dwayne Thomas. The last team, by the way, to lead the NFL in both those categories for the year, the 2018 Chiefs.
Zeke is in the backfield. Cedric Wilson motion and left. CeeDee Lamb slipped right at the start of the play.
Let's say 2 by Ezekiel Elliott, Chris Jones. Brought him down. Well, with this offensive
There's no rush in terms of there's still plenty of football left to play and you're down 13. And we still got 6 minutes left. But I completely butchered what I was trying to say, but anyway. Oh my goodness. This offensive line is just getting bullied, man. That time it was Biotish. 3rd and 5. It's not super bad, but it's not super favorable. You like to keep that around 3rd and 3 or so. I know this. We got to convert. Here's the bottom line, y'all. We all make fun of the Eagles, but the Eagles won today. They're 5-6. If we lose this game, we're 7-3. Just like that, we're only 2.5 games ahead of the Eagles, and they still play us. I was going to say twice, but I forgot we beat them down already earlier this year. Got the 40 burger on them. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No, but this division isn't. The conference certainly isn't handled, and it's starting to look like maybe the division isn't handled either. If we lose this game and put together a couple more games like this and the Eagles continue on the trajectory that they're on, this game in Week 17 might mean something.
So should all our 18 move to the cloud?
The cloud would give us more
But
flexibility.
the way the rest of this year is going, I cannot believe I'm saying that right now.
Should I stay or should I go? And we need insights across our data silos, but how? Wait, we can stay and go. HP GreenLink is the platform that brings the cloud to us. Should I stay or should I go now?
Time's out. The world is waiting. Feta on Digital Tuesday still appears.
The new Popeyes mac and cheese tastes just like home. With the creamy, cheesy inside and crunchy golden brown crust on the outside. It's the home cooked taste we all need sometimes. Try it today and earn Popeyes rewards points.
Oh, don't forget, guess what?
We need Trayvon Diggs to come up with a pick six. We need Micah Parsons to get a strip sack. We need something. We're really missing Randy Gregory right now. We all figured that was going to be the case, but he got hurt. I don't know what it is with this team and Cavs this year. Michael Gallup earlier in the year. Ben Dak. Now Randy.
New gifts arriving at a store near you for way less than you expect at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and HomeGoods.
So if I was a sneakerhead, cashed in on that sweet employee discount, I could still get the Patrick Place?
Yep. State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
Nice.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Go to NFLshop.com for a special offer.
Well, this is Troy about as good an atmosphere as there is in the NFL. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's so good. And, you know, this is an older stadium. They've done a great job on the renovations. Great fans, great atmosphere, great tailgate. As good as it gets, really. Place it open in 72. Edwards Hilaire meets Keanu Neal, and Neal came to bring him down initially, a gain of 5. But right now, for Dallas, this is not their kind of game. I mean, this is a defense that when they can complement the offense, when the offense is scoring, they come out, they make a couple stops, in a half, and the offense is still able to go down and get a score and all that. When it becomes where they have to...
That's what we all said. If the offense is struggling, this defense is going to have problems. This defense plays best with the lead.
Passes behind and nearly picked. Flag is down. Back where Mahomes let it go. Parsons thinks he got a hold against Kansas City, and he did.
Second and 15. Of course, if you want to be ballsy, you could decline it and go to third down. But ain't no way in hell should anybody be doing that if they're smart.
They called it on Trey Smith, number 65. There's the grab on him. As
sometimes ballsy and stupid are the same thing.
Honda, offense number 65. After the slip along. Yeah, first foul on the count. He has another unsportsmanlike conduct. He broke the qualify.
And now Patrick Mahomes goes in to get the explanation from John Hussey.
So we got a 10-yard penalty and then a
that is 3 penalties today.
15-yard personal foul.
6th-round pick from
So
Tennessee.
another 25-yard penalty. Is that basically what that amounts to? That'll be second and 30.
Back-to-back penalties on a hold and an unsportsmanlike conduct for complaining about the hold, I assume. Yeah, he said something that.
Wow. You're never going to get a bigger break than this, Dallas.
Quick throw pass to Gordon. He's brought down by down immediately at the 20. Let's check in with Carissa Thompson with a game break.
Thanks, Joe. Cardinals up 7-3 in Seattle. Colt McCoy drops the snap, but then finds Zach Ertz over the middle.
I completely forgot the Cardinals don't have Kyler.
Extra point. Cardinals leading 13-3. The Seahawks in the red zone. Joe.
Zach Ertz moves on to Arizona. Dallas Goedert gets a big contract extension, and there's a look at the NFC West. Arizona leading in their game and leading the division at 8-2.
Who would have thought Seattle would be at the bottom of that division?
They're down 23. We'll see what Dallas is doing on the back end. Let everybody peek. It's Williams looking for blocks. And knocked down near the 33. It'll be 4th down. Oh, there you go. Yeah, big penalty.
Take a timeout here.
Rookie Trey Smith backs
Yes.
him up. They're not able to overcome it. And Dallas now going to get another chance before this half.
That would have been classic Dallas if the Chiefs had overcome it.
Dallas takes their first time out with 2:48 left in the half as they're about to get it back down by 13 and back after this from Progressive.
Progressive presents At Home with Baker Mayfield.
Really appreciate you stepping in the house, Sip. Everything should be pretty straightforward. Here's the keys. Let me show you inside. So each heater's on its own power grid, so you're just gonna have to throw the breakers each night. Tuesday's trash day. Just pull the dumpsters out the night before. Do you like dogs? They're dogs. There's a whole section of them. If you're gonna leave, remember to set the alarm. The code? 6. Just 6.
I got more people voting on my over-under now.
Well, it's 4th down.
I got 2 votes in the last 10 minutes.
Chiefs, by the way, get the ball to start the second half. So this is an important possession coming up for Dallas. As Wilson on the return looks for some daylight. And pretty well covered downfield by Bonds. 7-yard return.
And back to the 25, which is where it would have been if he was a touchback.
Welcome back to work. The tradition on Fox continues. We come together for food, family, and football. The Bears take on the Lions. Coverage begins with a special edition of Fox NFL pregame show at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, only on Fox on the Fox Sports app. Drive starts at the 26.
That's the best part of the day. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You don't have time.
2.5 to go in the first half.
I know you got 2.5 minutes. I know you got 2 timeouts, but
Possessions and how they've ended.
punt, fumble, field goal, punt, punt.
Fumble by Dak Prescott. Second time the Cowboys.
Our longest drive of the day has been 60 yards, and the longest one other than that is 23.
Is in trouble. Jones brings it down.
Might as well just let that go to the 10-minute warning.
And that will likely take us to the 2-minute warning. And a loss of 4 on sack number 4 for Big 95. 2 minutes left in Kansas City. 3rd and long when we come back for Dallas.
It's a nice truck. Yeah, Chevy Silverado. Check out this multi-flex tailgate.
Multi-flex, huh?
How's that?
Mom, that's flexing again.
That's not all. You can extend the bed for longer stuff.
Still flexing.
That's right. And it becomes a workspace. You can put your laptop here. He's sending an imaginary email.
Hey, Dad, dinner.
Hey, look who stopped by Daddy's office.
Wait, you work
The
here?
Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate. Find new flexibility, find new roads. Chevrolet.
It's Walmart's Black Friday deals for days. Score a $69 air fryer and get other huge deals all week long. Shop Walmart's Black Friday deals for days.
Sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down. Then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, trick me.
Jay from State Farm. What's good? Not bad. Just your typical sneakerhead working here for the employee discount. But speaking of deals, I heard regular guys like me are getting the Patrick price. That can't be real, right?
Listen, State Farm offers rates that fit any budget, even yours, typical sneakerhead.
Wow, just anyone now?
Yeah.
Man, these just sold out.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Tonight, I'll be eating ribs with a side of pickles. Appreciate you. If you don't recognize me, it's because I'm Mr. Irrelevant. But I'm going to put in the work every single day, so soon everybody will know the name of the legendary group.
Pizza Hut delivers. How bad do you want it? Last Sunday, after the Eagles' Davion Taylor forced a Melvin Gordon fumble, Pizza Hut delivered this bad. All you have to do is go to Pizza Hut. Pizza's the Hut.
You got Dak Prescott on a rollout here. Lyle Collins, he's just got to seal the outside. Cannot get beat outside. He moves around. Instead, he takes a step inside. Chris Jones beats him up the field. But they get Prescott out on the edge. He had a 2-on-1 on the corner, and it would have been a pretty easy completion. But those are the little things that play of 10 yards or more down the field, or take it out on the last play. So third down now. Prescott is in the box. It's Chris Jones and Frank Clark again. As Chris Jones comes flying off the field, lays on third and fourth down, or second and third rather. And this time he's lined up against Connor McGovern, who you said is making his start today for Connor Williams, and he beats him up the field and playing a lot more inside. Usually when you watch Chris Jones, early in the season, he was playing outside of defensive end. As the season went along, he started then moving inside the defensive tackle. In the pocket, and then he's able to get after. Today he's been moving all over the place. He tries to fix. This is what Reggie White used to do. He'd try to find the weak spot.
If you're waiting for me to give him an explanation, I don't have one. I'm as speechless as you are. Probably more.
Steve Spagnuolo, in many ways, is winning this first half with the job he's done. Yes, he is. And this defense has just been. They've been more physical. They've really taken it to Dallas. And that's not, Dallas isn't accustomed to that. They're usually the ones dishing out the punishment. But Steve Spagnuolo has this defense. And like we said, yeah, they've been playing well, but the Giants were shorthanded. Packers were starting Jordan Love in his first NFL start. Like the Raiders, this was their biggest test. So far, they passed it with flying colors. And short punt by Anger. Dallas offensively, 6 possessions, 6 first downs, and now a little mini fight breaks out. Rashad Fenton's in the middle of it, and they're going to throw a flag on that at the end. This is going to be another call against the Chiefs for that last effort by Rashad Fenton. There's one call here with a face mask, we believe. And that might have been what started it. And then Fenton got a flag thrown against him at the very end of it. That's why Fenton was upset.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Taunting number 27. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced. The ball went out of bounds. First down. This is number 27's first foul in that category. If he gets another foul in that same category, he will be disqualified.
You can see John Hussey backing away from Patrick Mahomes because Mahomes is saying, well, what about the face mask? And the crowd sees that now on the board, and they can't believe it. Yeah, I can't either. I thought that'd be upsetting. As it is, just 3 now unsportsmanlike conduct calls. And that will get a flag every time. C.J. Goodwin gets away with a face mask for the moment, and now the officials are going to get together, and they may right this wrong. Mike Pereira's is something they can undo and fix.
Well, they really can't. I mean, you cannot put a penalty on for a face mask penalty coming from New York. I mean, that's not one of the things.
After discussion, we determined that there was a face mask by the keeping team. As a result, we'll offset both penalties at the 45-yard line. Number 27 still is in the book for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Mike?
Yeah, and this, I get it. They want to get it right, but you really can't use the video system or the replay official to actually add something on that's not a reviewable category. And this is obviously not a reviewable category for grabbing of the face mask, but it's like taking the technology to another level to eventually get it right on the field.
Well, they saw it on the board here in Kansas City. They saw it on the video screen, and they just kind of added the face mask after the foul. And that brings the ball back to the 45.
So after all of that, it's 1st and 10 Kansas City with 1:43 left.
Throw is incomplete for Kelsey. Cowboys still have 2 timeouts left.
It took 8 minutes to put the ball where the target is.
That has been slowed down here the last 2 possessions by Kansas City.
It's awfully difficult on your defense when Kansas City started the ball with some of the field position that they've had. And if they're able to come up with a stop here and not surrender any points before the half, hats off to them.
Mahomes under pressure.
Exactly what we needed. That's your defensive rookie of the year right there. Look at that, running Mahomes down from behind like that. And knocking the ball out for good measure. I don't think his hand ever touched the ball. He ripped Mahomes' arm off the ball.
At the UPS store this holiday,
I clapped so hard I fucking hurt my hands.
We'll take care of the bubble cushioning and boxing so you can spend less time.
We got to get points now. We got to get points. Especially with this field position, we got to get points. Now, the caveat is you can't score too quick. You don't want to leave them too much time to get it on the other side. And they get the ball back and start the third quarter. So you got to get points, and whatever the resulting points is, that result has to stand up going into halftime. This game's not over. It took about as long as you could want to take to get your shit together, but
so I know how well I'm sleeping. It's also temperature balancing, so I stay cool. And it senses my movement.
Everybody thought the offense was going to do whatever the hell they wanted, and it was the defense that was going to struggle. But so far, the defense has been the one stepping up. They forced a couple of field goals, punt, now a fumble.
Someone else will do your books for you. So even pair you with an expert bookkeeper like me who knows your business.
Knows your business.
Expert bookkeepers.
I love Micah Parsons, man.
Official sponsor of the NFL.
I love Micah Parsons so much. I can't. I still don't have his jersey yet. That's gonna be the next jersey I buy.
At Savings, you'll love.
Try to get the salute to service one.
This holiday season, give your family the gift that keeps on going. Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The #1 longest lasting AA battery.
You can't expect me to sit down right now, can you? Figure it out, Dak. Kellen. Get on the iPad. Figure something out.
The one quarterback's now been stripped of the football. He's sacked with a turnover, and we'll see what the Cowboys can do with it. Taking over in the 42 and setting up the screen for Elliott. And a pretty nice tackle made by Juan Thornhill to come up and knock down Elliott after a gain of 4. Oh,
Come on.
because they had some room out in front of them.
No need to rush. We're in plus territory, and we got 2 timeouts. Still over a minute to go. There you go. There you go. Hurry to the line.
And we'll see where they mark it. Very close to first down yardage. And let's find out what's coming up at the half. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime, we'll have highlights from the run. We'll dump out of that on third down and less than one.
Paramedics, got the middle finger there. Time. I guess they're not going to. Okay. Hurry up. Ooh!
Absolutely forced by Dak Prescott. Well, it was forced, and I think not using the timeout, you feel that a little bit as a quarterback. You're going to take the shot then, and they do, and it's just perfectly played then by Charvarius Ward. Falls a little bit underthrown, doesn't get it up over the top. He's in a great position. A lot of these corners just never try to make a play on the ball. He plays it perfectly, and Lamb then trying to play defensive back, unable to strip it. I mean, just a great opportunity offensively for Dallas with outstanding field position after the turnover that Dallas defense creates, and Kansas City comes right back and matches. Charvarius Ward, originally signed by the Cowboys.
Kansas City's not satisfied. They're going to try to. Never mind. They were lined up with the shotgun. But the draw always has to be a factor there.
As he knocks down Darrell Williams. Verizon Halftime is coming up. And it's coming up now. These Chiefs and their fans fired up. 16-3 at the half. And the first half stats brought to you by State Farm as we look at a quarterback comparison. There are the numbers for Dak Prescott and Patrick Mahomes. 3 turnovers between them, each with a fumble, and now Prescott with the interception. So it's halftime with a score 16-3. Stay tuned. The Verizon Halftime coming up after this. And a word from your local Fox station.
You and I are in the country that's not wrong. I can help you. When it comes to keeping yourself alive, it's not about doing things the right way, but the wrong way. Any way you can.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah.
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that one.
I love it.
I like that.
Get a $2,000 purchase cash on this 2021 Sierra Light Duty Crew Cab Texas Edition. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $250 purchase allowance. We are professional grip. GMC.
A $5.99 cheddar loaded cheeseburger features a jumbo patty and cheddar 3 ways, with a slice of cheddar cheese and cheddar ranch, all between a cheddar bun. Yeah, it's loaded, but you know what they say, the more cheddar, the better.
Experience the Acura RDX, a premium crossover. Built to thrill. More power than a Lexus NX. Don't miss the savings. See what's down the store at Acura dealer today.
Shields is grateful for our customers, communities, and fellow associates. On Thanksgiving Day, we encourage
Look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event. There's something I want.
The part where I rushed to save the day.
What a ride.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
Don't let something break so away.
Today's game is brought to you by Nissan. Welcome to the Verizon Halftime, the official 5G network of the NFL.
No touchdowns allowed, 3 sacks, and 2 turnovers created. That's how you get a big lead. Welcome to the Verizon Halftime. Terry, let's Cincinnati and the Raiders.
Quarterback ending off to Joe Mixon. He takes it outside, turns on the speed, breaks the plane at the goal line. A good football game, 13-6. It is the Cincinnati Bengals over the Las Vegas Raiders at the half. Cardinals are at the Seahawks. Kyler Murray there without the uniform will miss his 3rd straight game with an ankle injury. Colt McCoy. Shovel pass. Zach Ertz, 1-yard touchdown. 7-0 Arizona. And then the quick slant. McCoy to Ertz there. He gets inside the corner. There is no help inside. You got a nice void there. Pops the ball in. They do mix the extra point. Arizona does 13-6 though. Cardinals on.
Earlier, the Vikings went on a last-second field goal. South Carolina, Philadelphia rolls past New Orleans. Cleveland keeps Detroit winless. San Francisco gets to 500. Indianapolis thumped Buffalo in Buffalo. Touchdown. Houston stuns Tennessee. Their first one since week 1. Here of the New York Jets. All right, Michael, Dak Prescott, arguably the worst first half he's had, but a lot of that is credited to this Kansas City defense.
Yeah, it's the defense. It's not that you gotta protect that. And in no way you gotta get sacked. Frank Clark there, strip sack. Here, they're gonna bring 7. It's hard to pick up. You need to get the ball out quick, and they see Sneak just put the pressure on him. Jones arguing. I mean, what an unbelievable athlete for the lineman that they have there in Kansas City. He's having one heck of a game. If they keep pressure on Dak, then I just think this offense will never get traction.
This Kansas City team is. They're up for this ball.
Like
They took zone, moved him outside. Now they moved him back into the tackle.
A lot of people are going to wake up happy, or they got a chance to. 3 people still alive to win 100. Our Fox bets for 6, depending on what happens here. Verizon played off the first half. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with a touchdown for the Chiefs. Some of you get local news after this. I'll just come on back.
This Black Friday on us when you trade in your older damaged phone. We break it, we upgrade it, because everyone deserves better.
Carissa, are you ready for all this football on Fox?
You ready to get smoked before you head to Ann Arbor?
Man, let's go.
What you got?
Oh, it's on.
Oh, it's so on.
Go, baby. It's like that, huh?
Hey, coach.
Suits, coach. Hey, did you come over to ride my bike or to watch some football?
You want, Coach? Fox Football Feast starts Thanksgiving Day, sponsored by Peloton.
It's Suddenlink's best holiday deal ever. Power all your new holiday devices with 1 gig internet for the low price of $49.99 a month. And that's a treat and unwrap a $300 Visa prepaid card. HBO Max included on us for 1 year and a free Wi-Fi extender. Plus, get Suddenlink stream with your favorite shows and streaming apps all in one device. But this deal ends December 5th. Get the speed and reliability of our fastest internet at our lowest price of the season. And with optimal flexibility from Suddenlink, there are no contracts or hidden fees. Visit Suddenlink.com today.
Fox.
We are the first family of country music.
This is the story of an athlete.
My name is Bart Salgado, and I played football since I was a kid.
This is a story of resilience.
After multiple tours of duty overseas, I returned home and was injured.
This is the story of a leader.
Now, through the NFL's partnership with the Bob Woodward Foundation, I play and coach other veterans in Mood United's Wheelchair Football League.
The NFL's proud to partner with organizations that support our military and veterans community.
Here for you at halftime, this is a Fox 4 News Break.
Good evening, I'm Blake Hansen with a quick news update. A Haltom City mother's story of heartbreak and tragedy. She and police are still looking for answers in the murder of her 16-year-old son, shot to death alongside. And downtown Fort Worth, making spirits bright. Brave lights. We'll have all the sights and sounds. Plus, we go one-on-one with the Grand Marshal, Opal Lee. Allie.
A weak cold front moved through earlier today, but now all eyes are on the next system. This front heading in late Wednesday night. It could impact some Thanksgiving travel. I'll have the details.
Cowboys Chiefs wrap up in Kansas City. We'll like more Cowboys and all things DFW sports. That's later on Free for All. We are here for all the day's news. That is first at 9 on Fox 4. The second half of the Cowboys Chiefs game is coming up.
Most watched local news sports team in North Texas.
To say everyone agrees with these rankings, right, Mike?
Mike Ducey, Sam Gannon, and Jeff Cole. Free for All, nightly during Fox 4 News.
Gifts for girls, gifts for guys, gifts for all, and for all a surprise. Steve Noviello will guide you all the way. Fox 4's Holiday Gift Guide this Wednesday.
And Tiffany Haddish starring the Duke. The Freak Brothers now streaming free on Tubi.
As a Main Street bank, PNC has helped over 7 million kids develop their passion for learning through our Grow Up Great initiative. And now we're providing billions of dollars for affordable home lending programs to support underserved communities in low and moderate income areas. So everyone has a chance to move forward financially. PNC Bank. See how we can make a difference.
$29.99 a month when you get $29.99. You get unlimited data and 5G included, and you get the most reliable service coast to coast for $29.99. Mind if I cut through? No, go ahead. And you also get the fastest overall speeds for just $29.99 a month.
$29.99.
Oh, yeah. It's very good.
This is thousands of hours of advanced research and development.
It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
When is a bill not a bummer? When it's a big, beautiful, bright healthcare zero. Get health insurance billed or on benefits you'll actually use. See if you're among the 80% of applicants who qualify for a premium of $10 or less. Bright Healthcare. When you're with us, things are always looking up.
Calories?
Give to North Texas kids in need. Give to Toys for Tots.
Get football on your terms with NFL Game Pass. See every snap from every game. Watch your team on your time. And listen to all the action as it happens.
Walk the dog, Chief. Bleeping, grab the one to Adam. Snatch it. Touchdown.
This season, get football on your terms.
Jackpots, baby.
With NFL Game Pass. Now for just $9.99 a month.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
That was today's game flow brought to you by Progressive as we continue Sunday. On we go from Kansas City.
All right, defense.
Welcome back to the booth.
They're going to need Micah Parsons to be a dog a couple more times.
That was a really impressive first half on both sides of the ball for the Chiefs. Yes, it was. And the defense, he's called a great game on the defense and the way that they've been so aggressive in this Dallas offense. On the other hand, Kansas City offensively had over 200 yards. of offense there in the first 30 minutes, but they all came on the first 3 drives. The Dallas defense did their part and made some big stops. Steve Spagnuolo did it for 30 minutes. Dan Quinn did it for the last 20. And now we're going to have to start this second half back up and stop again. Let's check in down on the field with Tom Rinaldi.
Well, Joe, talking with Andy Reid on his way at halftime, he said he was pleased with the defense overall, in particular the pressure they're getting on Dak Prescott, giving him different looks, limiting his production. But as for his team's overall composure, he was blunt. Obviously, it's a problem, referring to the unsportsmanlike conduct, one he planned to address with his team at the break. We'll see how that takes shape here in the second 30, guys.
Yeah, 3 different times called for unsportsmanlike conduct. Mahomes out of the shotgun, throws it away. Let's go down to Aaron Andrews.
Joe, I walked into halftime with Mike McCarthy, and I asked him about the first thing he would address with his team, and he said really the entire operation. For his offense, he did say the noise seemed to be an issue. Then he mentioned the win. And then he said we simply just couldn't get anything going. He was happy with the fact that Micah Parsons was able to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes, but he said we couldn't do anything with it. This is a shot going into halftime of CeeDee Lamb, obviously needing some help. We have not seen him back out here. I'll let you know when I get an update from Dallas.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Meanwhile, Mike McCarthy is working over the officials, asking for an intentional grounding call against Mahomes on that throw out of bounds. The answer was Tyreek Hill, they said, was in the area. Here's a pass underneath, and it's caught by the tight end Noah Gray, the rookie from Duke, his 4th catch of the year for 8.
I mean, the way that Micah Parsons ran Mahomes down from behind like that was just beastly.
Would have probably ended up just throwing that away, but he hangs in there. He's able to find the completion to bring up a third.
And it's just a shame that an effort like that could go unresolved in a loss. Or unrewarded, I should say, not unresolved.
Mahomes takes and reaches out and got to the 35. It appears that's enough for a first down. As Dorrance Armstrong gets into it with Travis Kelce. Tackle made by Jordan Lewis, but the effort by Mahomes was enough. It looked like. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. I mean, that's just great awareness by Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he stopped short. He got it. But right now, they've got the ball just the nose on the 35, and they're going to call it a first down anyway. But it looked like he got it no matter what. Yeah. It was a really good tackle by Lewis. It was a better play by Patrick Mahomes.
You got to give J. Lou credit for
McCarthy's still a little hot about not getting that intentional grounding call on the first down.
13:45. Should be
Let's go
running.
back to the no call on intentional grounding, which is a big no call on the first play of this drive. Yeah, he's definitely within the pocket, and I don't blame Mike McCarthy for being upset at all.
Did Tyreek Hill buy a ticket? Was he sitting in the stands on that play? I mean, no.
His first catch of the game, and it's good for 24. But they got Tyreek Hill on the outside. His speed is what opens this up for Travis Kelce. You see what Tyreek Hill does to Trayvon Diggs and turns him around where his eyes then are not at what's coming underneath of him, and he's not able to come off and then make a play on Kelce. Yeah, that's what happens. I mean, you create a lot of area to run. And with Tyreek Hill and Kelce coming underneath, it doesn't get much better. Kelce at 32 years old, as good as ever. Trying to set up the screen, and there's nothing there. Edwards-Helaire was close enough for no grounding there, and it's 2nd and 10. Let's check in with Aaron Andrews on an update on CD Lamb.
Well, Joe, we saw CD go into halftime. It looks like he needed some assistance there. Dallas has finally come out and said he is out of this game with a head injury, already out with Amari Cooper. This doesn't help them trying to get back into the game.
So our three receivers, now you're going to try to come back and win the game with Michael Gallup, Cedric Wilson, and Noah Brown.
High snap, handoff to Edwards-Helaire, and with a flag down on the play and a hold coming up against Kansas City.
Holding, offense number 62. Good penalty, second down.
Against Tooney, the left guard. This, as we said, is the first game of 3 in 12 days. So they know that receiver Amari Cooper will miss the first 2, and now CD Lamb is out for the rest of the game after banging his head on the grass in the end zone. Well, there's a lot of discussion each week as to what team you like to go all the way to the Super Bowl. And there's just so much football left to be played, and a lot happens, as we know, from one week to the next with injuries and a whole number of other issues. Here's pressure on Mahomes, steps up, fires, pass caught by Kelsey. Diggs on the stop. Third down coming up. 14 yards to Travis Kelsey. Well, Patrick Mahomes, he's been certainly feeling the pressure off of that right edge, but he's able to step up in the pocket, buy a little bit of time, and deliver a good ball. You know, this looks a little bit like what they were able to do on that opening drive to start this game.
Let's go, defense.
Down the field and came away with a touchdown.
Now, you've been trying your best to hang in there. We need you to do it some more.
Here on this, open up this third quarter.
I thought he had a shot at the pick 6 there, but all right, we got 2 turnovers. They got 2 turnovers.
And now 2 takeaways by each team after a 34-yard return. The Cowboys are in business. How about that? Travis Kelsey came into this game leading the team in drops. He had 6 coming in. That's his 7th, and it results in an interception. But should have been a first down. And Curse right there to make the play on it. What a momentum swing for the Dallas defense. It's what they needed to have. You see him on the slant route. He wins inside, and the ball is just on the back shoulder, but Kelsey makes that play all day long.
Yeah, we didn't earn that. That fell into our hands, but they all count the same. The result is the same. Cowboys ball first and 10.
Starting at the 36 with Elliott. A carry of 3 yards with Jaron Reed on the tackle. Well, I thought this before the end of the first half, that if this Dallas offense is what we think they are, you see Travis Kelsey just frustrated with himself. But if the Dallas offense is what we think that they are, what they think that they are, they needed to come away with points there at the end of the half. And I'll say the same thing here. If this offense is the best in football, and so many believe, they've got to cash this in for a touchdown. No CD Lamb, no Amari Cooper, and then pressure on Prescott. And while the Chiefs look for a grounding call, they're not going to get it. It'll be third down. They just keep running in the trenches. Kansas City does. I mean, they are coming after Dak Prescott.
How long will this field goal be if we don't get another yard? This has been a grind. This has been a really grindy type of game. This is not the wide open shootout that everybody thought it was going to be. The over-under, 100 points, and all that shit.
Those are some of the plays that Cedric Wilson has made. Now, Dak has just been off because this ball is not well thrown, but Wilson goes down and makes a play.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Dak, from what I hear, had a good week of practice. He doesn't have any lagging injuries or anything. He hasn't missed time from last game, so he has looked off today on a couple of throws. We got to find a way. We're down 2 receivers. Our offensive line is shuffled all to hell. You got to find a way.
He runs behind Collins and Martin. Again, the Cowboys playing without Tyron Smith, 7-time Pro Bowl left tackle. And they moved Williams to the bench. Connor Williams, and they're starting Connor McCarthy.
Oh, my God.
That is a pass and incomplete to bring up 3rd down. Well, the timing just a little
Technically a
bit
pass. Yeah, ball went forward. Because Cedric Wilson was running in front of Dak. If he had run behind Dak, then that would have been very, very bad. Jesus.
Let's take a look at his contact. Yeah, I'm with you, Joe. It sure looked like there was enough at the top of it, and there definitely was.
Michael Gallup is used to not getting flags for that.
I didn't think so, but McCarthy
Happened with him
a couple calls now.
a few times already. The question is, how much do you trust your defense to? It's a 2-score game right now. A field goal leaves it a 2-score game. We cannot afford for Zerline to be off at all either. Because I got a feeling we'll be relying on him a couple more times. That type of game. This might be the game that if Zerline misses once, we lose.
Shopping for the game can be a minefield for young homeowners who have turned into their parents. Can you believe how many different types of water they have in this aisle? Kim, did you just change blades back there? This is perfect. Jackpot, variety pack. Remember, it's a football game, not a play day. Roger that. One more slice. It can be a lot. Oh, good, the manager. Brian and produce, very helpful.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but I can save you money when you're falling out with us.
Pulls to the left a little bit. Showtime, chamaco.
Get the Disney bundle today. Only $13.99 a month. It's a minute to the kick. What's up, Dave? And it's not a kickoff without the small places that make game day big. So raise your glass and kick off a crowd. The more we do with our phones, the more network quality and reliability matter. And only Verizon has been the most awarded for network quality 27 times in a row. That means the best experience with calls, texts, and data usage of any major carrier, according to customers. There's only one best network. The only one ranked #1 reliability 16 times in a row. We are building 5G World, the official 5G network of the NFL.
When you spend all year serving others, when you lead by example, being a guiding light to those who look up to you, you don't just land on the nice list. You get rewarded by becoming the top brand in new vehicle quality in the automotive industry. Celebrate all the good you've done this year with a lineup of Ram trucks built to serve.
Let's get to the point now where anytime I see Gallup get held or anything like that, I've just resigned myself to the fact that we're not going to get flagged. Seems to happen to him more than anybody.
Hurley Colt, Chiefs defensive tackle from 1968 to 74, Super Bowl champion, 5-time All-Pro selection, Hall of Famer, earlier this week announced that he's been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And one of the all-time greats, a nose tackle who used his skill as the NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion to redefine the way to play over his center. And a key contributor to that Super Bowl IV victory for the Kansas City Chiefs. What an amazing guy.
Let's see if our defense can get another turnover. Oh, you got to start by tackling them on the damn return. Jesus. I just got done praising the special teams earlier.
Nice job. You know, when you start looking at games like this, who's going to win in the kicking game, and to be able to set them up, just continues to put pressure on this Cowboys defense. They've been able to get the takeaways on the turnovers they got. They set Dallas up offensively before the half, and then on that last possession, and Dallas only comes.
I'm gonna laugh at both the offenses just start to turn it on in like the final third of the game, and we end up in the 40s or something.
Ending inside the Kansas City 30, and the Cowboys have come away with a total of 6 points.
Yeah. There was a game a while back, Ravens in Minnesota. There was like 6 touchdowns or something like that in the last 3 minutes.
It's got Dak a little bit out of rhythm. He hasn't been able to throw the ball as accurately as what we're used to seeing from him. Their longest completion of the game is just 16 yards. That was a good play offense. That's not there. He leads all rookies in the sack department.
We don't even need to have the vote, man. We don't even need to have the vote. Just give Micah Parsons DPOY now, or DROY. No, nobody else is even close. Wow, good company. Our defense has really stepped it up. Our offense has waited fucking as long as you want them to get it going.
A 4-man rush, and they're affecting the pocket. Parsons has been back there a good part of the day. Lawrence Armstrong, you love the hustle. Cowboys have blocked 3 punts on the year, and they've come close twice in this game. A punt by Townsend into the end zone, and that is the first touchback of the season for Tommy Townsend. Cowboys have it at their 20, down 10.
Ideas are nothing.
But let's get something straight right now while this is out of commercial and I have a little bit of time to talk uninterrupted. I know people talk about the Chiefs' offense and, they've been off. They hadn't been the same. The reason the Chiefs' offense hadn't been the same is because Patrick Mahomes has been turning the ball over. It ain't been because they ain't been able to move the ball. What our defense is doing today is not allowing them to move the ball. Yeah, we got a couple of turnovers. But for the most part, for the second half of the second quarter and now on through the third quarter, we're not just going turnover crazy. We got a couple, but we're stopping them from moving the ball. We're choking them out. We're getting pressure behind the line of scrimmage. I'm not saying they're elite. I'm just saying they stepped up once again when everybody thought that they were going to get embarrassed out there. And our offense isn't helping them out a fucking lick. And they are the reason why this is still a game. Not only because of the 2 turnovers, but even when they don't take the ball away, they're suffocating the Chiefs. They're not allowing them to get traction. They're not allowing them to move the ball. Even in the first quarter, we held them to field goal that one time. That was a win. So
Don't trust the process.
This is Antonelli's Tea Shop, and we're the Antonellis.
We chose our new Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because we are unlimited.
I'm going to address that in my post-game video too, because I think there's a lot of people that's going to spin this like, well, the Chiefs' offense hadn't been the same anyway. We all was talking about that. The reason why they haven't been the same, Pat Mahomes been giving the ball away like candy on Halloween. That's why. It ain't because they haven't been able to move the ball. So let's just get that straight. Moving the ball to the top 10 offense.
Turnovers in the game, just 6 points. The result. Cowboys have it at 20, down by 10 now. There's Wilson out on the edge. Decent play on first down as Matthew makes the stop. Well, you'd like to think, Joe, that the Cowboys with that offensive front and Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, that
Dak only has 84 yards. Yo.
Start pounding the ball and be a little bit more efficient with that. And they open up this drive with a throw, but I would think that if they're going to really, make this a contest, that we're going to see a lot more of Ezekiel Elliott in this ball game running.
I feel like Zeke hadn't run it very much. I feel like in general we haven't run it very much with Zeke or Tony.
Time to take a look at today's top targets, brought to you by Target. And Tyreek Hill, 6 for Kansas City. CeeDee Lamb, 4 for Dallas. But he's out with a concussion.
Well, you hope he can clear protocols. We can get him back for Thanksgiving because we already not going to have Amari. And we're severely shorthanded today.
Here it is. A strong tackle by Willie Gay. That'll bring up 4th down to bring the punt team on for Dallas. What a good piece of work by the Chiefs defense. Well, it really was. Schultz is supposed to try to pick him off. By the design of the route.
This is the exact situation I feel like Bones would call a fake punt.
Now it's a possible where Elliott has that, and he's one-on-one who got passed off by the guy covering then Schultz, who is Rashad Fenton, but just an outstanding open field tackle. Cowboys pass game not doing anything. Here's a fair catch by Hughes. Just 2.5 yards per pass play for the Dallas Cowboys in this game. Chiefs back to work on offense after a 48-yard punt, leading by 10.
America! After the past year-ish, everyone deserves something new. So, AT&T is giving everyone our best deals on every iPhone, including the iPhone 13 Pro with its amazing camera, like everyone that works from home, or welcomed a new family member.
They're all the dogs.
Our deals are for everyone.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including up to $1,000 off the Epic iPhone 13 Pro.
Tonight, I'll be eating a petite filet with goat cheese fritters. Thanks. Captain Fear, what are you so afraid of? Spiders? Public speaking? Commitment?
Shop Black Friday deals all week at Target. Get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe free with Nintendo Switch. And save on select kitchen appliances, Lego, and more. With new deals starting Thursday at Target.
Super handling all-wheel drive. reliable and secure. And by Indeed, we help people get jobs.
When you talk about strong ownership and leadership, really doesn't matter what business you're talking about, but the Chiefs certainly have it. Lamar Hunt, principal founder of the AFL, the Dallas Texans taking his team to Kansas City at 63.
I need you again, B.
Given the AFC champion each season. Clark Hunt, his son, chairman and CEO now of the Chiefs, 3.
Travis Kelce bumping the ball. Way out of character for him.
Just a blown coverage, and you just wonder how long can this defense hold up for Dallas. They've made 5 straight stops. 2 of those have been takeaways. Dallas comes away with just a few points off of those, but this is a tough offense, and I don't know how long they can hold up against that. Here's Hill. Made him out of bounds with another Kansas City first down. Went out right at the marker, and it is first down. They're just so explosive, and to corral that. I mean, like I said, after the first few possessions that Kansas City had, this defense, they tightened things up, and they haven't given up much.
Early on in the game, it looked like it was about to get ugly fast, and they buckled down. Our offense hasn't helped them out one damn bit, though.
Here's Mahomes out cover 2. Here's Hartman looking for blocks, getting blocks.
You feel like now the defense is getting gassed because they've expelled all their energy just trying to keep this thing close. For an offense who doesn't seem to want to play football.
Yeah, Kelsey and Hill, you see him here. Tyreek gets the first one, and then there goes Kelsey, doubling up to the next guy. Great piece that Kurt Menefee did with Travis Kelsey that aired in the pregame show today. Philanthropic, big heart. Does a lot in this community. Great guy. Under 5 to go. Quarter number 3. Big pressure on Mahomes, who throws it away. Tristan Hill, his second game back from the torn ACL and pressure. This Thanksgiving, you have a free chance to win $100,000 in series money playing Fox Super 6. You scan that QR.
I feel like if our offense don't get it going soon, we're going to run out of time.
For your chance at the jackpot, free to play. Download the Super 6 app right now.
Even if our defense can somehow hold up for the entire rest of the game and keep the Chiefs at 16.
Looking to throw and then gets tackled by Dalvin Wilson. Well, it gets rough. You know, they're running man coverage, and they clear the field to the right. And that's where Mahomes is looking to go with the football. Not bad coverage by Dallas, but then it just opens up that lane, and Dallas actually responds pretty well because there was a moment there where it looked like Mahomes was going to get a lot more out of that ball. Would be a 47-yard field goal try from this spot. 3rd down and 7. And next spot, no more. Torrance Armstrong. A sack last week, and he's got a big one here, and a loss of 6.
Now what do you do if you're Kansas City? Probably too far for a field goal, probably too close for a punt, and fourth and 13 was far from automatic. So that's a difficult spot. They're going to kick it.
Mahomes had places to go with the ball there. He had Kelsey in front of him.
53 yards. Maybe we get blocked here because to get a long kick like that, you got to have the trajectory kind of down. You got to line drive it. Well, we were already down 2 scores. Now we just need 2 touchdowns instead of a touchdown and a field goal.
On a windy, chilly evening in Kansas City from 53, 1960.
Tis the holiday season and joy filled the town, except for Scrooge, with his perma-frown. The gift of a Peloton bike did touch his soul. Riding fast, flowing proud, getting hella swole. Need a new man? Oh, without doubt. When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out. This is the dimension of imagination. If you love that chicken from Popeyes, you'll love our nuggets. They're crispy, juicy, and packed with our signature home-style Louisiana flavor. Try an 8-piece for $3.99. And don't forget to order your Cajun turkey from Popeyes today.
This Black Friday, get the amazing iPhone 13 Pro on us when you trade in your old or damaged phone. You break it, we upgrade it, whether you're a current customer or a new one. And get up to $800 when you switch. Because everyone deserves better.
New gifts arriving at a store near you for way less than you expect at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods.
On a suspicious fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Howdy, Logan. What if you help me out with something? Sure. Looking for a couple of goalposts. Went missing after the big win last night.
What? That's awful. Who was still a goal?
Thanks for the tip.
Fans deserve.
Gordon Ramsay is taking a new level, literally. 3 stories with 3 unique kitchens.
This is not that level cooking.
Next level chef, Kenny Rusick, only on Fox.
He's everywhere. Andy Reid on America's Game of the Week. He's had 8 winning seasons here, 7 times in the playoffs, 5 division championships, 3 times he's been to the game. He's been to the Super Bowl twice and won it all. 2 years. And is also, by the way, the winningest coach in Philadelphia Eagles history. And was a punt, pass, and kick specialist.
We need you now.
Missed opportunities in this game have been 4 takeaways total, and it led to a total of 6 points. Been a tough day, and it's gotten a lot tougher without their top 2 receivers. And hey, I'll go back to it. Now, look at the big man back here in the backfield right now. It's Connor Williams. Here is a handoff to Pollard. I know you've been surprised as a gain of 4 over the left side that the Cowboys really haven't tried to establish the run. This is the Cowboys' 10th possession. They have 8 first downs, 5 punts, 2 turnovers, 2 field goals, and they just seem to refuse to establish the run. That's why I say, stay with it. I want to see if I want Kansas City to prove to the Cowboys that they can stop the run if they fully commit to it. This is to Pollard for a first down. You've got what is regarded as one of the top, if not the top, offensive line in football. And I know they're without Tyron Smith. I understand that. And now they've got McGovern, who's making the start at left guard. But with all that being said, with what's happening in the passing game and the struggles that they've had, I think you've got to play physical smash mouth football to see where that takes you. Bring action again. Prescott has a made. Another first down for Dallas as he stood off across the 45. As the Cowboys trying to get something rolling here, completion of 12. This play action with the turn back protection then shores everything up. And you see the pocket that Prescott has. You got Chris Jones coming in late, but it opens up. And then just a really good job by Gallup, just sitting right down in the hole of the zone. And a nice game. Cowboys need a touchdown, and it's got to happen with Fig on this possession. If they're going to have any chance. Here's Wilson. And Cedric makes the move and rumbles to the 35. All of a sudden, there's Leif, 18 yards to the 4th-year pro from Boise State. Yeah, this is efficient, and they've gotten quite a bit of yards. So they've got down here to the other side of the 50, now on the 35 pretty quickly. There's a little bit of air in this defense finally for Dak Prescott, who has 3 straight completions. Prescott for Pollard, sitting up the screen. Good block out in front. Biotish was out there. Wasn't the only one. 13 yards. Yeah, this was really all Tony Pollard because he's out in front, and you've got to time this up well. Watch him as he comes out, and he gets out in front of the blockers, but he realizes it. He plants and he comes back underneath and lets them help him. Only thing to stop the Cowboys right now is the end of the third quarter. Fox NFL Sunday back after this from your local Fox station.
You are my fire, Lord, desire. You
Millionaire is back with a twist. One of these men is worth $10 million. The other is not.
Wait, what?
Millionaire, your January sales on Fox.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $12.50 total value on this Silverado Texas edition. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 crew cab pickups.
Here at Thomas J. Henry, our sole focus, day in, day out, for every case, for every trial, is to help our clients, to rebuild their lives, to put the pieces back together. Thomas J. Henry, here for you, 24/7, nights and weekends.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad. There's something I hold on to.
This is the part where I rushed to save the day.
What a ride.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
Don't let something break so bad.
Fox 4, free for all with Sam and Mike tonight at 10.
I just noticed this light is on.
These are two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, both really not on in this game to this point. But if you're Patrick Mahomes, your team is up 13. If you're Dak Prescott, you got something rolling here. 5 plays, 4 first downs on this possession. Hand off to Elliott, flag on the play, and it shuts it down before it gets going. Looked like a false start.
Shame, because that was like
Offense number 63. Their penalty. First down.
They get the center, Biotish. Well, one thing about it is, for Steve Spagnuolo and this defense.
me personally, if you're going to put McGovern in there, I'd rather McGovern was the center at Penn State. So I'd rather have McGovern replace Biotish. Throw Terrence Steele at left guard to replace Connor Williams. Obviously, you have Tyron at left tackle, Zach at right guard, and then Lyle Collins at right tackle.
Gain of 4 on first down. So they definitely feel good, as they should. I mean, you showed the numbers for Dak Prescott and what they've been able to do. Really have not been able to shake anybody. As I said, longest completion, just 18 yards for an offense that's been a big play machine. And they just feel really good about their corners and what they have versus Dallas wide receivers. Prescott on the second down. Dump it off to Wilson.
Nothing.
Pretty well played out there on the edge by Sneed. Got Yeah, this is the #1 scoring offense.
You got to be careful. You lose too many yards, you're going to push yourself back out of field goal range. I'm not sure we should be kicking a field goal anyway. Obviously, if go incomplete here and it's 4th and 13, you got to kick it.
I don't even want to try to guess what that last play was they were on. They had two guys running routes that aren't looking for the ball. They're down at 13. Chiefs back off. Prescott is sacked. Jones again.
Fucking kick it. Fuck it. That's all we want to fucking do anyway.
And Dak Prescott has seen enough of his fellow Mississippi State Bulldog. He's looking here, but these routes are going to be well short of the first down. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. Here's the only guy here that's got a chance to maybe make a catch coming out of the route. And I just don't know exactly.
I think maybe they were in 4-down territory. They told him, look, you got 2 plays to get 19 yards. So try to get 14, 15, something like that.
And that possession that started out so well was slowed down by the end of the quarter, and that's just 3. And the lead, 10 again for the Chiefs.
Now you pretty much got to hold them to field goals the rest of the way. Because if they get a touchdown, then they're up 17. And the clock's just going to run out on you. Especially you haven't put it in the end zone at this point, so there's no reason to believe that you will be able to do it twice in the last 10 minutes or whenever you get the ball back.
Shop Black Friday deals all week at Target. Get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe free with Nintendo Switch. And save on select kitchen appliances, Lego, and more. With new deals starting Thursday at Target.
Dayquil Super for you and Daily Vicks Super C for me.
New Vicks Convenience Pack. Vicks Super C is a daily supplement with vitamin C and B vitamins to help energize and replenish. Dayquil Severe is the max strength daytime coughing power through your day medicine. New from Vicks.
$5 for the best kind of wings, paired with the best kind of celery sticks. Crinkle fries. Arby's, we have the meat.
4 Super Bowls, 6 AFC championships. You?
Award-winning customer service, up to 30% off your auto insurance with Safe Pilot, made for the military community.
And who else?
That's all. USAA, only for the military community.
One evening, the sun went down. As you, no fire was burning. I'm not turning. I'm headed for a land that's far away.
It's a multi-flex tailgate. It can be a step. It can even become a workspace. What's so great about him? They didn't have a workspace.
The Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate. Find new adventures, find new roads. Chevrolet.
This game's there's the king. Everything before this one was a warm-up. This is the only win that matters. It's time to start Saturday strong.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri, who leads the league in passing touchdowns.
Chiefs about to get the ball back for Dallas. Another trip inside the Kansas City 30 that doesn't net a touchdown. They can't crack the end zone. Chris Jones ties his career high with 3 sacks in the ballgame. May not be finished. Also has a forced fumble and a fumble recovery.
You're going to need Micah to turn it on again. We don't have the classic Trayvon interception yet, so.
Let's take a look around the league from the early games and what's transpired. Last 3 weeks around the NFL are crazy and really hard to figure. The Vikings finally get a last-second field goal to win a game. Instead of being on the short end, Jonathan Taylor is an absolute superstar playing in Indianapolis. 5 total touchdowns. Here's the game. If you can figure this one out, let me know. The Texans stun the Titans And Ron Rivera gets a win as he brings the Washington football team back to Carolina where he coached. They beat Cam Newton in the process. Heineke, another strong game as Kelsey makes the catch and he's out of bounds with 6. Flag down out there on the edge.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 59.
Can't do that. I know you're tired. I know y'all were mad because offense ain't doing a damn thing to help you, but
It's called against the rookie Chauncey Golston. Where is he? There he comes in right at the end. Pushes Tyreek Hill right in the back. So the rookie gets called for 15, and that moves the ball back out to the 46.
you've been doing well to contain this offense as well as you have, but you can't give them free yards. Just can't do that, especially not at this point in the game when you're trying to buy just some kind of time for your offense to maybe get something going and pull this game out.
Yeah, they came out, started this game. They were staying pretty balanced, running the football, and then they went back to what they do, and they started throwing it. You think now, here in the fourth quarter, and you got a 10-point lead, and they start trying to maybe hammer it a little bit more on the ground. It's a nice first down carry. Quick throw, easy pitch and catch, first down Hill. 7-yard carry and then a 6-yard completion. That's it. Run pass option. You either hand it off if you like what you got outside. There's Eric Bieniemy, offensive coordinator, and Mahomes like the one-on-one matchup and the easy completion. It's first down. Seven catch remaining for Tyreek Hill. Had 7 for 83 against the Raiders. This one is incomplete and dangerously up into the air off the arms of Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes and his childhood. Let's go to Tom Rinaldi.
Joe, Patrick Mahomes from Tyler, Texas, talking to him this week on the phone. He said he grew up a lifelong Cowboys fan and a family filled with them. Would go to the games even before Jerry World was built. And when this game came out in the spring of the schedule, he noted it immediately. He has a lot of family here. Said, I just hope they remember to cheer for me. I think that's probably a pretty safe bet.
Yes, I don't think there's any doubt. Second down at 10.
No pressure.
Out to his left, still looking to throw. And ends up tucking and running out of bounds with a gain of 4. You know, there are times when we watch now Patrick for a couple of games where his eyes are always downfield, and there's room in front of him if he's willing to just take off. But he's just kind of, and then by that time, the time kind of runs out a little bit. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And he would much rather get the big play. So when he's outside the pocket, he's definitely looking for that. When if he was a little more decisive, there'd be more there. But he's made a lot of big plays doing it that way.
There's Micah again. Nope. Good smother, but they're in field goal range.
Starting safety makes the stop, and the field goal unit comes on with Butker. Well, it's hard to argue with what Dallas has done. I mean, they have hung in there. And
I'm kind of surprised KZ hadn't been suspended because of that DUI he got. I thought for sure. Going to the NFL, they'll probably wait till the playoffs and then do it.
So it's getting worse.
Man, fuck you. You thought we forgot.
51-yard try now by Butker.
Good block.
And the kick is
Just as good as a block.
We'll start at their own 41. There's life for number 4 in the Cowboys here in Kansas City.
So what is it? 19-9. So if we get a field goal here, it'll be 19-12. But if all you do is kick field goals, you're going to need 4 field goals to take this lead, and that's you can't let the Chiefs get another point, not even a field goal for the entire rest of the game. There's 11 minutes left in the game. You got to not let the Chiefs score at all, and you got to get 4 field goals in 11 minutes. If you're going to have a shot, you got to put the ball in. There's not enough time left to just field goal kick your way into victory.
Serious allergic reactions may occur. Tremfya may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you have an infection.
I remember a Washington game a few years ago when I believe Romo was still here. I think it was a Monday night. It was the Dan Bailey Classic. Dan Bailey was the only motherfucker that scored. He made like 6 field goals or something. And we ended up winning. Washington was kicking field goals all day too. It was just a field goal fest. Airline's already got 30. And if we're gonna win this game with field goals alone, then he would need at least 7, which is just crazy to even think about 7 field goals in a game. But there's not enough time left. I don't see that happening. You're talking about 4 possessions in 11 minutes.
These fans have had fun from the beginning. Came in here around 11 o'clock here local time is when the parking lot opened up for good. And just like we thought, Troy, in this game, no touchdown passes between Dak Prescott and Patrick Mahomes. A little different game than we were anticipating, for sure. What a birthday treat for old Hickmore over there. First down from the 41. Prescott steps up, airs it out. Wilson is...
He had it.
With good coverage by Charvarius Ward, 2nd and 10. I'd like to take a closer look at this and see Charvarius Ward really finishes this play nicely. Wilson gets in behind him. Tough throw for Prescott. Okay, I thought there for a minute Wilson might have had it, and then Ward knocked it out, but never quite got it.
His hands was there. He never really had control of it, but he had a chance to make the catch.
As it turns out, the season is not on. Cowboys don't have a 20-yard pass play complete again. Elliott gets dumped as Fenton makes the play, and he got the mercy.
See that type of stuff is just not going to work. You're gonna have to push the ball down the field. Find some way to get somebody open, and then Dak's got to hit them, and then they got to catch it. It's 19-9. You don't have time for field goals anymore. This is when it's scary because you need a touchdown and you haven't scored one the whole game. You feel a little bit better if we had a touchdown already, maybe even all the way back in the first quarter, but
This offensive line's not holding up for Dallas. As Jared Reed and Chris Jones get home and a loss of 2. Zach Martin is arguably the best guard in all of football. Chris Jones lines up right across from him. It's mano a mano. And who's going to win? And then Chris Jones wins this battle. He's able to get Zach Martin off.
I guess I should be bracing myself for my buddy Eastside Harold to come see me again because he only shows up when we lose.
Jared Reed, like you said, he kept 3.5 sacks now for Chris Jones. Kansas City. They came in with just 14 all season. Here's
The more we do with our phones, the more network quality and reliability matter. And only Verizon has been the most awarded for network quality 27 times in a row. That means the best experience with calls, texts, and data usage of any major carrier, according to customers. There's only one best network. The only one ranked number one in reliability 16 times in a row. We are building 5G World, the official 5G network of the NFL.
Cases of anxiety in young adults are rising as experts warn the effects on well-being caused by the pandemic.
This crazy suit been getting that edge?
Oh, yeah. Huge edge. Invisibility gives Aaron Donald an edge on his game.
Oh, hit me.
Just like a verified approval gives you an edge on your offer.
I did.
When you need a competitive edge in a housing game, Rocket can.
You look like a flower. You chapter every way.
Disney's Encanto is enchanting.
So perfect.
It's a mystery that keeps surprising you. It's pure bliss. From the studio that brought you Frozen comes a movie experience you can only see in theaters. Disney's Encanto. Rated PG. Tickets available now.
What if I was an overly enthusiastic personal trainer? Could I still get the Patrick price?
Yep. State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
Sweet.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Every time I eat stuffed crust from Pizza Hut, I play this song. But watch what happens when I play it backwards. Eat stuffed crust backwards at just $12.99. The original stuffed crust, only for Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut.
Well, for Chris Jones, 3.5 sacks, most by a chief defender since Steve Ford in 2016. Dak Prescott sacked just his left this game. He's been sacked 5 of the game. The two defenses just ran right through Dallas's defense. The first down, and that's what they've missed in their run game with Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of the lineup. I mean, there's not a whole. He's so low to the ground, it's hard for defenders to see those blockers, and he's got really good vision and balance and all those things. And Darrell Williams did a nice job, but yeah, he's not. Here he is again. Still able to make it a decent pickup on first down and 3. Saturday, it's the game. Latest chapter in college football. State number 6, Michigan. And the big noon Saturday, 10 Eastern with big noon kickoff live from Ann Arbor. Then it's the game Saturday on Fox, the Fox Sports app. Michael Rosen broke up the history of that tremendous rivalry for anybody. A fan of Ohio State or Michigan, and even if you're not, that's a fun game. So second down carry by Clyde Edwards-Helaire, picking up 5.
You got to have the defense to stop now.
Yeah, so here they're going to the.
You got to stand up and.
See if they can get these first downs and take time off the clock, run this thing down, and all comes down right here. But Dallas, this is you kind of feel like if they don't make a stop here, it's kind of over. I mean, they've got to make a stop and get the ball in the offense and see if they can't summon up something that they've been unable to throughout this game. Chiefs hurry up and out of the huddle to the line. Mahomes, Kelsey, first down. The drive continues. You know, you see change-ups in play calling. How about a change-up in the way a team comes out of a huddle? They rush the line of scrimmage and they get a bunt set and let the defense try to figure out where each guy's going. They get Kelsey into the flat. Nobody's able to get to him. You know, they're anticipating, man. Hard to navigate all those bodies when you're in coverage. Kelsey, 5 catches, all have come in the second half. This one for Pringle, trying to make a spinning catch, and it's not there with Trevon Diggs out there in coverage. Instead of
Yeah, real good time to get on the
backfield,
INT sheet, Diggs.
Yeah, Dallas says thank you very much. Can't wait for that.
Can't get a turnover. Obviously, incompletion is the next best thing. It stops the clock. As it stands right now, you got to score twice in 5 minutes and 13 seconds, and we don't even have the damn ball yet.
Now back to the ground with Williams. Keanu Neal on the stop. Well, that's why Patrick Mahomes, after that first down play, he kind of pointed to his own helmet, and they had.
And then if you're able to score, be it a touchdown or a field goal, you go through the whole. Do you onside kick it, or depending on if you have your timeouts, do you trust your defense?
And I am amazed sometimes how much flexibility.
Part of me wants to trust the defense because they played so well all of the game, but another part of me feels like they're probably going to be gassed, and that last time asking them to come out there was going to break them. I really don't know. I'm glad I'm not the one making that decision. Mike McCarthy might not have to make it either, if we can't even get the damn ball back.
So smart and so good and such a weapon. There's nobody like him. Well, Keanu Neal was in position, but once he falls down, I mean, it's almost, there's no way that you're going to then make a play on Tyreek Hill. It's smart, goes to the ground. But yeah, because Keanu Neal, had he not have fallen, he was in a perfect position to make the play, and short of the first down, and Kansas City's likely punting. Already over 4 minutes off the clock on this possession. This is the way good teams win games. Williams passes. And stays in, picks up another first down. And Kansas City trying to prove that their win on Sunday night, as they look for their fourth win in a row, was no fluke. Watch the push by that offensive line up front. These guys, that's why I say it a lot, that when we don't get a lot of Kansas City games, but when we do, and I do like their ability to run the football. They don't do it very much. They run it one of the fewest amounts in the NFL. But it is a line that's capable of doing the things that they are doing on this possession. I feel like we used to say that a lot in Philly games with Andy Reid back then. Here's Williams, spun to the ground, and Carlos Watkins made that stop. And a timeout taken by Dallas. We'll be right back after this from State Farm.
For anybody who cares, the Cardinals are leading the Seahawks 16-13. With 2 minutes and 27 seconds left, and Arizona's in the red zone. So they could end up being the only team at the top that wins today. The NFC had a 3-team tie at the top. 3 teams with two losses. Us, Arizona, and Green Bay. Green Bay lost already. Looks like we're going to lose. As of right now, Arizona's in the lead.
There was evidence that it was the first real slump that Patrick Mahomes had been through. He had a huge game on Sunday night, 400-plus yards, 5 touchdowns.
That's the damn truth. Too real good to see anyway. Wish it was under better circumstances.
By the time it ended, Mahomes was spinning around, and that's a big play as Parsons gets another. That'll be a sack for Parsons. A loss of 8 on the play. A timeout taken by Dallas. That's 9 sacks for this kid. Well, you remember earlier when they scored the touchdown, Mahomes was a little reluctant to pitch it then. I'm not sure exactly why he didn't pitch it to begin with. You remember the touchdown? He hesitated a minute, and then he finally did, and they scored easily. This one, if he just turns and pitches it right away, as soon as Parsons takes them, they've got a nice gain out there. I think Mahomes maybe, overthought that a little bit, or it's just something he's not real crazy about doing. But nonetheless, I think the big thing.
So they're going to need to score twice in 2 minutes and 45 seconds with no timeouts. And there is no decision now. If you score, you're absolutely onside kicker. Obviously, you don't have any timeouts.
Mahomes sets up the screen, a middle screen for the tight end Bell, who takes it inside the 35 to the 34, and Dallas will use their final timeout.
It's going to be 22-9.
Well, there's no doubt that one of the hotshot offensive coaches in the NFL is Kellen Moore with the creativity. But in this ball game, Steve Spagnuolo is building with his defense, and the veteran Spagnuolo has done it and done it well for a lot of years, has had the upper hand in this game. Yes, he has. I mean, I like what he's done. I like the game plan that he came in with. I mean, right from the beginning, he just said, we're coming after him. I mean, we're going to be aggressive. We're not going to sit back. We're not going to worry about the big plays so much. And we feel like we match up pretty well and just did a really nice job. He's an excellent football coach, done a great job at a lot of places as a defensive coordinator, and he's got this unit. It's not easy when you're as explosive as they are offensively. When you get into yards given up, and that's how they measure these teams and how they rank them, you're always then going to give up a fair amount of yards because the opposing offenses are always playing catch up and they're throwing it. But in this game and really for the last month, they've gotten better and better and better. I think Frank Clark has gotten healthier. We've seen Chris Jones and what he's doing.
I do sometimes. I don't watch him every week, but I like him. I like his videos. I don't always agree with his takes, but he's very knowledgeable about football and specifically the Cowboys.
Harrison Bunker with a beauty. And the Cowboys, with no timeouts, 2:35 left.
You got to score twice, and the first one is going to have to be a 99-yard drive. Sorry, 98-yard drive.
More than he was, the way this was executed. There he is. That was just perfection.
Nope, Kellen Moore's going to have to go before the firing squad and explain to us what the fuck happened because I can't explain it.
Here's a pass. No interference call. As Dalton Schultz gets up, Mike Hughes in coverage.
That's the second one of those. But
Stop Schultz.
Cowboys don't deserve to win this game. Offense hasn't done a goddamn thing all day. Yeah, that should have been PI. The one on Gallo should have been PI. But there you go. 22 out of 35, 139 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a pick. That'll get you beat almost anywhere.
And he's out of bounds with a first down for Dallas. 20-yard completion.
If you're going to have any shot at all, you got to score with
one of the better throws that we've seen from Prescott in this game.
not less than a minute to go. But asking somebody to go 98 yards in basically a minute and a half is it's asking a lot.
Prescott may have been a little bit off in this game, but he was hurt by some drops, and Wilson has a couple of them. Yeah, he does. And this one, when you get this far down the field, you know that you're going to get hit. I mean, it's just part of it. You just try to secure the catch, protect yourself. He's not able to do it. 4 Cowboy drops officially in the game, and the top scoring offense, the Dallas Cowboys, not able to crack the end zone yet. Prescott, Schultz. So without C.D. Lamb and Amari Cooper, his best and most trusted receiver has been the tight end Dalton Schultz. And Prescott, he takes a pretty good hit at the end of that play. Frank Clark They run a little game, and he gets a clean shot just as Prescott's letting it go. Number 55 right there in the middle.
I don't even think the Chiefs' defense has been doing anything overly extravagant. Their front four is bullying our front four, and Dak's been on his back half the damn game. That's the difference.
Prescott is in trouble and finds Elliott. And Ezekiel able to tiptoe down the sidelines. They're going to mark him out at the 46 with 2:04 left and a first down. Well, you look at this with Kansas City's lead, and yet Steve Spagnuolo, he's still just
all field goals, man.
I mean, he's one-on-one. You see the safety here in the middle. They're one-on-one everywhere else, and he's just saying, hey,
We haven't been in the end zone yet.
feel good about it. Play coverage.
We did eventually get a touchdown against Denver.
I mean, that's not what he's doing, and he's not doing it right now. But
We'll have to see if we can at least get one here, even if we don't recover the onside kick.
Prescott underneath to Elliott, who just lays into Mike Hughes. And we're at the 2-minute warning here in Kansas City. Fans have enjoyed themselves, those in red, here in week number 11. Minute 57 to go. KC on top by 10.
Check in on the Arizona game. They were beating the Seahawks last I checked, and they have the ball.
What if smartphones were more than just smart? The all-new Google Pixel 6 truly sees you, not a blurry face. And for things you don't want to see,
Arizona's up 23-13 with 2 minutes left.
Advanced and inclusive smartphone camera yet.
Seattle just got the
Translate
football
speaks your language and hers. It's the phone that understands we're all different.
after an Arizona touchdown.
Google Pixel 6. For all you are.
So if this result holds up, and barring a miracle, it absolutely will, because there's next to zero skill in recovering an onside kick. The kicker will try to get it to bounce a certain way or whatever, but it comes down to what luck and everything. Hope you get a good bounce, good roll. Maybe it'll hit off to somebody on the receiving team and bounce back to you. You got balls, you can just line and drive it right into the front guy's ankles.
Especially at T-Mobile.
Or hip. Hope it bounces back to you.
Happening. I got the awesome new iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods, and T-Mobile's paying for them both. Oh, and I get a free year of Apple TV Plus. And this is
If
for
this
new
result
and
holds up,
existing
then
T-Mobile and
Arizona will
Sprint
be the only
customers
team
like
that was in
me.
that top tier that
Back
won
to you.
today. Green Bay lost to Minnesota.
We're going to T-Mobile. Upgrade to the iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods.
Arizona's winning right now, and it looks like they're going to win. And right now, we're losing.
Black Friday deals for days. There's all the best deals. Score Monday online or Friday in store. This season, head to Walmart's Black Friday deals for days.
I didn't see Zeke come out the game just now. Maybe I missed it. I wasn't really looking at the TV. He came out the game earlier. He got rolled up on his ankle. And he sat on the sideline for like 3 drives, and the team was like, oh no, he's fine, he's fine.
And with Monday Night Football on ESPN. Then Week 12 kicks off with a Thanksgiving Day triple header. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps. Today's game is sponsored by Burger King. Get 2 breakfast sandwiches for $4 at Burger King.
Pickle Boca Negra. I'll just call you Pickle. It's going to be hard. It's not going to get any easier. Because we're definitely not going to have Amari for that game. We know that for sure because he's out for COVID protocol. And if CeeDee Lamb can't clear concussion, then we won't have him either. So this lineup that you see right now is exactly what we're going to have.
Cowboys have had at least 2 touchdowns in every game this year. As the pass is underneath from Malik Turner. He's got a first down on a gain of 11. Dak hasn't been able to hit anything down the field. They've tried 5 beyond 20 yards.
Gotta hurry up.
They have chances now.
You're running out of time, even if you recover the onside kick.
You need a touchdown. You need a big play. Here's Gallup. And he's down to the 20.
Unbelievable. You can't put the ball in the end zone or really move the ball at all game. It was very reminiscent of the Denver game. We could not move the ball at all. At least we got a couple of field goals this time. Denver, we didn't get shit until there was 5 minutes left. That's the game.
And the Cowboys will be held out of the end zone here in Kansas City. And pick number 94.
Dak was off on several throws when guys were wide open. He wasn't helped out. There was a lot of drops. Every receiver had at least 2 or 3 drops. I mean, every single one. Offensive line, this Connor McGovern at left guard experiment. I'm about ready to give up on that already. Tyler Biotish has been getting beat all game, but when is he not getting beat? First game all year, our offense couldn't manage a touchdown. And like I said, we know for sure we're not going to have Amari on Thursday. And if CD can't clear concussion, we're not going to have him either. So this is exactly what you're going to have. Maybe we'll have Tyron back at least. Maybe that will make a difference.
Two former teammates in Mississippi State.
They said that he could have potentially played in this game, but they didn't want to. They didn't feel good about the week of practice that he had. He was limited a couple of days of practice, so I suspect he'll probably be there on Thursday unless something else happens. But you don't want to cut your ties with him because he's the best. He's the best tackle in football. I'll go ahead and say it. And Zach is the best guard in football. So, but these injuries, Tyron Smith, you can pretty much bank that he's going to miss between 2 and 4 games every year. And it's just a matter of which games are those going to be. Who are you playing against when he's not there? What point in the season is it? What are the implications of the game as far as seedings and playoffs and stuff like that? It's not anything like Sean Lee. I've seen some people comparing him to Sean Lee. Sean Lee was hurt more than he was here. Tyron misses like maybe 3 games a year. He still plays a lot more than he doesn't play. So I think the Sean Lee comparison is going a little overboard, but
to make sure that you see DK Metcalf, ejected, Tyler Lockett, Russell Wilson. Well, they had a poor outing and wanted to show up today defensively, stifle it.
I don't have energy for a rant really, but
33rd career start. Shovel pass to Zach Ertz. And he found Ertz in the end zone once again.
I almost want to give him a pass, and I know you can't do that, but caught McCoy riding high. Good for you, man. At least something good for Texas recently. Losing to fucking Kansas. I did too, Abel, but you know, sucks to say, but you can't always get what you want. I almost want to give him some grace for this game because we were severely banged up. We started the game without Tyron. We started the game without Amari. CD went out in the first half. Zeke missed several drives in the first half because of an ankle injury while the team swore he was fine, but yet he wasn't out there. But then you have the other side of it is that despite it all, we still had a chance. Dak had wide open guys a few times and missed them. And even more than that, he hit wide open guys several times and they dropped it. So that's when you kind of get into the territory of, maybe you can't give them as much grace as you want, because despite the injuries, despite everything, we had a chance to win the game. We had guys wide open dropping passes and everything else. So and then on that last drive, everybody decided they want to start catching now. I noticed that too. But like I said, we know for sure Amari won't be there Thursday. He's out for COVID. CD, if he can't clear concussion, he won't be there either. So that receiving core that you saw from the second half on is going to be our receiving core on Thursday. Tyron most likely should be back. They said that he could have played today, but they didn't want to risk it. They didn't feel good about the week of practice that he had, so they decided to go ahead and hold him out today. So he should probably be back on Thursday unless something else happens. Randy's on IR. He won't be there. DeMarcus Lawrence is on IR. He still won't be there. It's a good thing we got a fucking Michael Gallup back when we did. Because I'll and CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. He's filled in good for us. So thank God 13 came back just in time for the hurt. Well, but as much as I like to stay here talking to you guys, I got to go do my post game. Far more people watch my post game than my live stream, so I'll be addressing all these concerns in that video. So stay tuned. I'll have it up within the hour, hopefully, and anyway, I'll see you guys in about an hour.